Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio.
True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call
Ghost.
How's it going, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 475. Episode number 475 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores, Politics Ghost. And I'm on Gab as well. I mean, I don't want to... I was a little disheartened by Gab, to say the least, folks. I mean, you know, I guess we all have to have our business model. I'm not hating here. You know, I've sent a lot of traffic their way, sent a lot of users their way, and, you know, all I wanted was a little bit of a goddamn verification that, you know, the Politics Ghost in that particular social media was verified to my account. And I said, if you can verify my account, I'll make sure that I will take Gab Shout Outs until the end of the year. Well, they responded by, you know, giving me a message on my Gab account that they can verify my account if I pay $5.99 a month. All right, give me a Jesus Christ. $5.99 a month to go ahead and verify my account. Oh, isn't that great? Oh God, you know, I feel humiliated now. I feel humiliated. I feel used. I feel dirty. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to, I guess, listen, whatever. I mean, listen. That's their hustle, I guess, whatever. $5.99 a month, for Christ's sake. For what? For what? For what? I might as well create my own goddamn social media site, for that matter, for Christ's sake, man. Give me a break. I'm sorry. It's a tension breaker. It had to be done. Look, I'm just going to go ahead and drop that, but you can find me on Gab as well, Politics Ghost, all right? Unverified. Good God, $5.99 a month. What? Anyway, folks, I want to apologize first and foremost for canceling yesterday's broadcast. I was conducting myself in some in real life business activities that I thought I was going to be able to go ahead and conduct and be back in time to conduct the broadcast. Unfortunately, that was not the case, and I had to cancel the show. So my apologies to all the folks that were wanting to listened to the broadcast yesterday. My apologies for that. So, I hope that you accept my apology. Now, with that being said, let's just get ahead. Let's go right into the broadcast at this point in time. And I want to remind you, I broadcast 5 days a week, 3 hours a day, and then I have a show specifically for the trolls and those who appreciate tech and gaming on Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for 2 hours. So I'm working 6 days a week on the broadcast over here. I mean, I'm trading stocks. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. So, sometimes, some of these business ventures, some of these things that I'm doing are going to overlap with each other. And yesterday, unfortunately, that was the case. Now, yesterday, folks, let's go ahead and get right into the stock market because I know people were kind of like, what the hell is going on? What's going on, folks, is the uncertainty that I've been waiting for. And the reason that the uncertainty is here is now the crack that the investment community has been smoking for, since the election. It's now starting to wear off, and they're starting to see all the disarray happening in this Congress, this Republican-dominated Congress. They can't even pass a repeal and replace of health care. This has got investors spooked into believing whether or not they can even get a tax plan together. So as a result, you're getting lots of mixed signals from the party. You've got them talking about how, I think it was even McConnell that came out and said publicly that there's no way that they're going to get any kind of a tax cut done within a matter of what Mnuchin, or in the matter of time that Mnuchin suggested, before August. So, I mean, that's disheartening for me, folks, because I'm a capitalist. I got businesses, I'm in the stock market. I'm doing lots of things. We're waiting for that tax cut. The capitalists are waiting. Because, folks, if you're a capitalist and you've got some spare cash on the side and you want to make an investment, this tax cut could give you a template for which you can make an investment based upon the write-offs in the new tax code. Not to mention, it has been lauded throughout the campaign that we're going to see 15% corporate income taxes. So let me tell you, if we can bring down corporate taxes 15%. Now, according to the Republicans on the Congress, they think that's too much. Yeah, the party that's supposed to be low taxes, less government, seem to want to put more taxes and more government. More government in this repeal and replace Ryan Care, which we're going to talk about later, and more cost in, listen. All I'm simply stating is this. We need those tax cuts, okay? And these people in D.C., they can't even come together on a damn repeal and replace of Obamacare. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And as a result, yesterday, unfortunately, I was gone. The market was down, over 200 points. Very, very steep decline, and it's because these people are starting to feel the uncertainty. And what did I tell you about uncertainty, boy? Well, we'll talk about that later. Let's go ahead and get to today's markets. Today's markets were flat. The reason they're flat, folks, is because, first of all, low volume, nobody's buying in this market. Secondly, uncertainty. Uncertainty can be read all over, not just the equities markets, but the commodities markets as well, and the cryptocurrency markets. And we'll get to those later on as well. So let's just go ahead and get to the crux of the matter here. Yesterday, markets were down. They don't know if the Republicans are going to come through on health care, and if they can't come through on health care, there is not too much optimism that they're going to come together on the taxes. So the investors are responding accordingly. Today, it's a little flat, so let's get to it. Dow Jones Industrials today is down 6.71 points, a percentage decrease of 0.03%, closing out the Dow at 20,661.30 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. See, we're coming down way off from that 20,900 point we were at day before yesterday. Long way down from that, and I think this is just the beginning, folks, okay? I think this is just the beginning. I think that even if the tax cuts do come to fruition, even if health care is kind of salvaged, I think that this kind of sobered up the investment community, in my personal opinion. At least I hope so, because it's time to start getting back to the fundamentals, bud. We got to get back to the fundamentals. I mean, I hate to sound like a bearish investor, man, but we got to get back to the fundamentals. This is ridiculous, what we're witnessing here. And anybody who has any kind of financial fundamentals knows it, too. That's why Warren Buffett and all these big guys are coming out publicly and saying in all the business media that they wouldn't be surprised if they woke up tomorrow and the damn market was down 20%. All right? I mean, and that's a serious hit on one-day drop. And, I mean, they're talking those types of big-time one-day drops. And if these big guys are saying it, then they know that at any point this damn bubble can burst and burst bad. So let's get to the S&P, all right? S&P also, actually, it closed on the upside today, ironically. It closed up, but it was still flat, up 4.43 points, a percentage increase of 0.19%, closing out the S&P at 2,348.45 points for the S&P 500. Let's go ahead and get to the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is also up today. It is up 27.82 points, a percentage increase of 0.48%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,821.64 points for the NASDAQ composite. All right, now once again, lots of flat uncertainty. Take a look at the intraday charts. Very flat line on these intraday charts. That's what I'm saying. Low volume, not too much thing happening, not too much action going on here. So we shall see. Calm before the storm? I mean, I don't know. It's up to the machines and it's up to the bigwigs in Wall Street whether or not they're going to pull the plug on this presidential inaugural run that we've been, or I shouldn't say run, the election run, I should say, as it pertains to the equities market. Let's get to the commodities, shall we? Now, energy, folks, what have I been telling you about energy, man? Mixed bag. No one knows what the hell's going on. OPEC now is coming out claiming that they're going to extend these cuts that really, let's be honest, even though they cut production, it really didn't even make a dent. I mean, it was a very short-lived spike in oil, which I hope some people took, advantage of, because that was it. I mean, there's too many producers on the world market. OPEC is not even obliging their production cuts. I think that OPEC has lost its credibility at this point in time. All right? So I'm telling you, I mean, I just think they've lost their credibility. So with that being said, let's get to WTI sweet crude. It's also down, okay? WTI down today, 8 cents, down 8 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.17%. Closing out WTI sweet crude at $48.16 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. So we're above $47, but still under 50. And under 50, that isn't going to. It's not going to turn out very well for OPEC producers who are in dire straits of needing some money. I mean, I'm telling you this right now. I think that the Saudis are in trouble. I think, Russia definitely needs, some of these higher increase in barrel prices so that they can sell these things on the world market. Venezuela, there's a lot of oil producers right now that are taking it on the teeth because of these prices. Now, once again, why aren't these prices reflected in the gas prices of today? The refinery issues, folks. We don't have enough refineries in circulation or in working capacity in America today to supply the amount of gasoline needed to bring down the cost of gasoline. Now, with that being said, we are, or I should say Exxon is, making an investment in the Gulf area, and it's going to manufacture and build more refineries, but that's a very long-term ordeal. That's a very long-term process. I mean, this is why we're seeing not too much decreases reflected in gas prices today, even though we're seeing less than $50 a barrel. I mean, hell, a couple of years ago we were seeing $29 a barrel. Remember that? The damn barrel was worth more than the oil at one point. So let's continue going. We got Brent crude also down today, 22 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.43%, Closing out Brent crude at $50.74 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Let's get to gasoline. It's down modestly today, 0.27% decrease for gasoline. Natural gas, the feast or famine. We've been seeing massive increases within natural gas. And what's the old proverbial saying? What goes up must come down. And that's exactly what's going on here, folks, all right? What's going on here is natural gas is a sell-off, major sell-off, down 2.39% decrease on the day for natural gas. Heating oil also down today, 0.30%. Let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! Now, folks, have you seen the increase in metals due to the uncertainty that's happening in the markets today? All right? Now, of course, I mean, we're seeing a little bit of a flat line in metals today. Did you see them yesterday? Did you see them yesterday? I'm telling you, the safe haven of gold and silver is being resorted to. Now, why are people resorting to gold and silver? Well, now we're seeing a fall in the dollar. Now, why are we seeing a fall in the dollar considering we had a quarter-point interest rate hike here on March 15th? Because as I stated, folks, that was a love tap. You see, you had a lot of over-speculation in the dollar. Remember, I mean, it was on Drudge Report yesterday. The dollar bulls have given up because really there was a lot of over-speculation in this dollar run in anticipation of a high interest rate increase. I mean, at least half a point, if not a whole point. But that didn't happen, and as a result, you've got other currencies now that are coming out that are looking attractive. The British pound sterling has taken a spike as of recently. We are seeing the euro also taking a spike as of late because of certain European central bank statements. So as a result, you've got a lot of folks that would traditionally want to be cashed out in U.S. dollars now starting to find other currencies a little bit more secure now. And as a result, I think that's pretty good so that we can bring down a little bit of this over-speculated dollar. But with that over-speculated dollar, you should see some increases in the equities, and you're not seeing it anymore because the investors right now are realizing that they have over-speculated this market, and now the investors don't know what the hell to do. They don't know what the hell to do. They don't know whether to have a massive sell-off. They don't know whether to, invest in gold or silver. They don't know what to do. And it's reflected in all these prices. Just take a look at the intraday charts of everything that I'm stating to you right now. You can see the uncertainty in these charts. I'm not joking around. Let's take a look at gold, okay? Gold today is up a mere $2.10, a percentage increase of 0.17%. But take a look at the price of gold here, folks. Price of gold is $1,248.60. Almost at $1,250, folks, all right? I mean, halfway to $1,300. And the reason you're seeing this is because of uncertainty. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I said that in times of uncertainty, investors resort to the old-fashioned hedge against any kind of uncertainty, and it's metals, folks. It's metals. And I'm still bullish on metals. Haven't I been saying that? I've been bullish on metals because I'm telling you there is no path right now. You take a look at the gridlock happening in Washington, D.C., you take a look at all the uncertainty happening all across the country, all the opposition by the media against the current administration, the deep state trying to undermine the president's authority. There's a lot to be uncertain about as it pertains to being an investor right now. And I'm glad that people are starting to price this into their investment strategies, and that's why I've been so damn bullish on metals. All right, and I hope that people have heeded my call there because I'm telling you right now, this is just the beginning, in my view. It's up to, listen, no one can properly predict when the contraction is going to happen in the stock market because, as I stated, there's very, very limited amount of players. A limited amount of players here. And the limited amount of players that are in the market are Wall Street bigwigs and the machines. And as I stated, folks, the machines are autonomous computers that are literally trading thousands of trades in a matter of milliseconds so that they can accumulate pennies, if not fractions of a penny, on a tremendous amount of quantity of trading. And these computers trade autonomously. They trade on their own. And there's thousands of these damn machines that are now out there and that are trading. That's why you're seeing, these weird volatile spikes and increases in the markets, because it's really the machines that are the ones that are basically trading those avenues of liquidity. And of course, that is the argument when anyone who tries to talk in favor of these machines, these autonomous machines that trade on their own, is that they provide liquidity in the markets. And that may be true. The problem is that now we are dependent on machines to invest for us. I mean, folks, I saw it on Drudge Report yesterday. Goldman Sachs has developed a robo-investor so that you can go to the robo-investor so that the robo-investor can suggest to you how to financially plan for your future. I mean, they are now eliminating the whole financial planner. I mean, it's the rise of the machines, folks. So that's why I'm trying to tell you in this first hour, I mean, if you're not a capitalist and if you don't think that you need to believe that you have to make as much money as possible and develop enough skills necessary, have enough capitalist prowess necessary to be able to sustain that level of income, then you've got another thing coming, folks. I mean, they are eliminating any of these jobs that you feel that may be secure in the long term. They are coming for them. I mean, Goldman Sachs with a robo-investor, for heaven's sake. I mean, are you kidding me? I'm not joking. I mean, good God. So anyway, folks, my apologies on going off on machines that trade, but I mean, I remember a time in which independent investors were trading. I remember a time in the 90s where everybody was stock trading at the time, man. And now it seems like everybody's going to an investment company. Oh, I'm going to give you my money. Please plan accordingly. Please financially plan for me. And this is why they have all these billions. I'm talking about Wall Street fund managers. That's why they have so many billions of dollars to mess around with. And that's why I'm telling you, it's the machines and the fund managers that are ones that are basically teetering this goddamn market. You know what I mean? So anyway, with that being said, let me continue going here. Silver was down modestly today, folks. It was down 3 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.19%, closing out silver at $17.55 per troy ounce of silver. Okay, so, we're still looking good on the silver end, still looking good on gold. I still think there's plenty of room to move in there because of the uncertainty in the markets. I'm still bullish on these metals. I'm still bullish on metals. Let's go ahead and get to copper. Copper is up today, 0.80%. We've got platinum down today, 0.68%. Let's go ahead and get to agriculture, shall we? Let's see what agriculture looks like today, folks. Let's get to the grains index. Grains, corn, all right, down today, 0.69%. And, I read this article, or I didn't even really read it because, there's so many articles that you're exposed to if you're trying to news gather and, trying to gather information. I mean, there's so many things that you can read, but one of the things that I skimmed through was this article that suggested that it was going to be bad news for the corn farmers if for some reason NAFTA or something is ripped up and Mexico no longer buys any corn for their tortillas or any of that crap, all right? And you know what? I mean, listen, I'm tired of this whole corn farmer pandering. I'm sorry, and if you happen to be a corn farmer, I'm sorry, but I know your game, okay? I know that you all get subsidies and let me tell you, I know your subsidies, okay? And I don't think no one should get subsidies, including you, okay? I know that you get subsidies on bad crops. And, I know the game around farmers and bad crops. And, to be honest with you, I don't even mean to be pointing out to the independent farmer. It's these big conglomerations of farmers that are utilizing these particular loopholes to get these subsidies so that they can put them in their pocket. From what I understand, the big scam in farming is that they purposely put crops in areas that they know are not going to produce a damn thing. All right, they know that they're not going to produce a damn thing. So right off the bat, they're destined a parcel land of they're destined a crop to fail. Now, when that crop fails, they can file for a subsidy in which that particular failed crop in acreage and in yield will be subsidized by the government, okay? So that's one way they get subsidy. Now, I do believe that there are some cases where maybe this is an instance. Sometimes you have, anomalies in weather, sometimes things happen, but look, for the most part, it's widely known in the farming industry that, these people that are in the corporate farming especially are out here planting crops in areas they know that are not going to yield a damn thing just to get the damn government subsidy. Another thing that I don't really appreciate is this corn ethanol subsidy, which is driving the cost of corn up the roof. All right, now listen, for you folks that are unaware, there's still idiots out here that believe that, corn ethanol is going to somehow fuel crap. All right, believe it or not, I haven't seen them here in the past couple of years, but I was actually seeing out here in Texas corn ethanol vehicles, for heaven's sake. I'm not even joking around. And I thought we were done with this. I thought this whole corn ethanol crap was done, but no, it was a big issue in the Iowa primary. Y'all remember that, the Iowa caucus? It was all about, we're going to continue the ethanol. We're going to continue with subsidizing corn ethanol. And, of course, the farmers were like, that's good. I'm going to keep making money in my pocket. So on top of the farmer, especially the corn farmers, not only do they get paid on bad crop, they get paid on if they use some of their crop to dedicate to corn ethanol. So they get a subsidy on that, and then what? They get to sell whatever's left after all the subsidies that they've ganked out of the taxpayer's pocket. They get to throw that yield on the market, and that's when they make, whatever, their hooker money or whatever. I don't know, whatever. I'm just saying, we gotta curb the waste here. And this is really what's bringing these damn corn prices up. I'm pissed off. I like corn. Okay? I don't want to pay 2 corns for $1. All right? 2 corns for a goddamn $1, for Christ's sake. Are you nuts? Anyway, look, I'm sorry for going off keister on that. Anyway, corn's down 0.69%. I'm tired of government waste, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of government subsidies. I'm tired of freaking corporate welfare. I'm tired of regular welfare. I'm tired of it. I never collected a goddamn red cent from this government. I put into this government. These people are taken out of my pocket. These people are taken out of my pocket, and I'm tired of it. The capitalists are tired of it. Jesus Christ, I'm not joking around. The capitalists are tired of it. The people that actually produce are tired of it. Good God. And you know what? Since I'm on this tirade about subsidies and entitlements, you idiots out there that are pissing and moaning about the Meals on Wheels cutting, can you people stop virtue signaling, you piece of trash? Are you kidding me? I put out a tweet yesterday that, anybody who, first of all, why are we caring about this whole Meals on Wheels scenario when over almost 50 million Americans Almost 50 million Americans collect food stamps. 50 million Americans are collecting food stamps, and yet we still got to have Meals on Wheels. And let me tell you something else. I don't really care Meals on Wheels one way or the other, okay? If I'm out, look, at this point, with all due respect, if you're an older person and you're finding yourself in a precarious situation, look, I'm sorry, but you had a hell of a lot of opportunity that are not accorded to the generations that are now preceding you, or that are now coming after you, I should say. And you have given them no opportunity. You folks, I mean, let me tell you, you people that are out here bitching and moaning about Meals on Wheels, you folks had long-term employment. You folks had very, very inexpensive real estate. You had economic opportunity. You had the ability to go and collect pensions. You had the ability to do all these things. These children right now don't have any of those opportunities. What they do have is whatever goddamn job that they can find. Not only are these folks paying taxes to basically provide all these entitlements to corporate welfare and immigrants and all this other nonsense, but they are having to pay a Social Security tax to you old pieces of trash. And you know as well as anybody who's my age or our age knows, these kids ain't never going to see that. These kids are never going to see Social Security. And you know what they're doing? They're paying for your screw-ups that you put them in. And now you old pieces of crap, with all due respect, and all you virtue signalers out there, you want us to feel sorry for a goddamn Meals on Wheels stupid, ridiculous program? I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for you pieces of trash. And secondly, it's only 3% of the Meals on Wheels budget, you morons. All you leftists and all you virtue signalers that are out here trying to attribute the Meals on Wheels funding cut for the decimation and the desecration and the destruction of Meals on Wheels are fucking ignorant. Excuse my French, I'm sorry for cursing, but you people are ignorant. Secondly, I also want to, take this time out for all you folks that are getting all upset about arts cut, being funded, the arts and humanities being their funding being cut. Hey, we as the taxpayer don't want to fund an idiot who puts his turd into a can and, puts, all these different, can of his own turds on top of each other. And we don't want to, support this idiot calling that art, okay? We don't want to support, feces being thrown on a picture of the Virgin Mary and put in a stupid goddamn endowment of arts gallery. We don't want to do that anymore, all right? Let me tell you, if you're an artist and if you really have the skills to pay the bills, you could go out there and you could find people that actually want to purchase your art because you actually inspire something when people view it. I mean, give me a break, man. Why is it the taxpayers' problem to fund a bunch of people who wish they were artists but aren't actually artists? If you're an artist, quote unquote, and you're collecting money from the Endowment of the Arts, Endowment of Humanities, or any kind of municipal funding, any kind of government funding, you're not an artist. You know what you are? You were a welfare, you're a welfare painter. That's what you are. I mean, you're the equivalent of somebody who is subsidized to paint the walls of a project home. That's what you are, all right? You are not an artist. I'm tired of hearing these. I'm an artist. You don't understand. I am an artist, and I am funded by the Endowment of the Arts. I am funded by a municipal grant by... Enough of this crap, all right? Enough of this garbage. I mean, look at this. Look at this right here, okay? Look at this. Here's a picture of it. Look here. Here's what we're funding Endowment of the Arts. Here is a sculpture of a turd. Here, let me go ahead and retweet this. I'm not even joking. You people that are bitching and moaning, you need to see this. I'm sorry going off on this soliloquy, but look on my Twitter account right now. This is art. This is it. Look at it. There's a turd, a massive sculptured turd. All right. Here is 3 big blank canvases, and somebody looking at that intently. We've got a whole bunch of leaves with what looks like picture frames hanging from the ceiling with, I guess, white faces popping out of them. We've got a whole bunch of, I mean, what is this? What is this? Blobs? I mean, what is this? Turds? I don't know. More sculpture of turds. What is it with you damn artists that are funded with our tax dollars? What is it with you and turds? All right? What is it with you and turds, you disgusting pieces of crap? That's why I'm saying, folks, I mean, I am tired of hearing this damn, I can't believe Donald Trump, he cut he's going to cut the endowment for the arts and humanities. Yeah, that's what we're funding right there, all right? If you call that art, then you deserve to be kicked out in the street. You're a piece of trash. I'm sorry. If you think that's art, you deserve to be pistol whipped. I'm sorry. You need to be knocked back into reality if you think that that is art. You are a freaking freak show idiot, and there is no way in hell that our goddamn tax dollars should be subsidizing you anymore. So you can take all your goddamn endowment for the art crap, and put it in a nice little mushy turd and shove it down your throat. Anyway, folks, look, I'm sorry. I mean, it all started with corn, and then it turned into corn, and then crap, and then the arts, and, I'm sorry. Let me get back to the goddamn markets before I go off keister anymore, all right? Anyway, wheat is down 1%. Oats down 0.89%. Rough rice up 0.10%. We've got soybean down 0.17%, yet soybean oil seems to be going up the roof for some reason. Soybean oil is up 1.15%. Good God! We've got canola down 0.65%. Let's go ahead and get to the softs index. Cocoa up today, 0.51% increase. We've got coffee. Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude, Shut up, you stupid little hipster fruit. Sick of you. Sick of seeing you. Sick of seeing you. Every time I pass by a Starbucks, they have these little outdoor areas with little fruit bowls and little stupid little lattes, and they're sitting over there working on a laptop of some script that no one's ever going to read. Anyway, coffee is down today, folks, 2.11%, and I'd like to remind everybody right now to boycott Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks. And it's working, folks. Like I said, the CEO of Starbucks is stepping down because we boycotted their ass. They're seeing it on the bottom line, and it all boils down to the Starbucks CEO trying to thumb his nose at the administration, stating that his company, Starbucks, will hire 10,000 illegal immigrants just to smite the current administration. And let me tell you, we responded, and that's the way we need to respond. Where you spend your money is a political statement. I've said it and I will continue to say it. God damn it. Where you spend your money is a political statement. Now, we got to boycott McDonald's, too. We all know about that. Robert Gibbs and that stupid, ridiculous tweet trying to make fun of our president. Then they erase it off of the McDonald's Corp Twitter account. Boycott McDonald's' ass, too, and their fictitious food, whatever you want to call that crap. Give me a break. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get to sugar. Sugar is up 0.06%. Orange juice down 0.68%. Cotton is up 0.65%. Lumber continues to climb. It is up 0.84%. Rubber is down 0.76%. Ethanol is up 0.99%. Let's go ahead and get to livestock, shall we, folks? Livestock continues to climb, folks. It's over for these cheap beef prices. It's over. It's over. Live cattle up today, 2.45% increase on the day for live cattle. We got cattle feeder also up today, 2.87% increase on the day for cattle feeder. And we've got lean hog down today, folks, 0.75% decrease on the day for lean hog. Now let's go ahead and get to the cryptocurrency coverage of the broadcast, folks. Let's go ahead and get to it. Now, did anybody see that dramatic decrease in Bitcoin? Man, I wish that some of you would have taken heed to my calling when I said when Bitcoin was over 1,200, was that 1,250, to trade physical gold or Bitcoin for physical gold once Bitcoin was at or above gold. All right, if you would have listened to me back then, which was about a couple of weeks ago, and you actually exchanged Bitcoin for physical gold, you'd be ahead of your money right now. And you see, this is why I keep telling you, got to keep thinking about capitalist ideas like this. That's the only way you're going to stay rich, baby. What have I told you? It's easy to get rich. It's hard to stay rich, baby. Always remember that. Always remember that. It's easy to it's easy to get rich, hard to stay rich. Let's continue going here. Let's get to Bitcoin, shall we? Now, Bitcoin, the symbol for Bitcoin is BTC. All right, current market capitalization is at a little above $16.5 billion market cap. It's at about $16.6 billion market cap there, folks. The current circulating supply of Bitcoin is 16,230,837 Bitcoins in supply. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 7.60%, closing out Bitcoin at a price today of $1,027.48 per Bitcoin. That's $1,027.48 per Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and get to Ethereum, shall we? Ethereum, the symbol on Ethereum is ETH. All right, the current market cap for Ethereum is almost $4 billion. It's right under $4 billion, almost $4 billion market capitalization. The current circulating supply of Ethereum is at about 90,006,971 Ethereum cryptocurrency in circulation. Within the past 24 hours, it has gone down 3.44%. Once again, the symbol on Ethereum, ETH, and the current price, $41.76 per Ethereum cryptocurrency. Let's get to Dashcoin. Dashcoin, like I said, has been very, very interesting on Dashcoin. You got a very low circulating supply here, and I've been telling people, keep your eye on this one. Once again, Dashcoin, the current market cap is about $723 million in market capitalization. $723 million in market capitalization. The symbol on Dashcoin is DASH. DASH. The current circulation of Dashcoin in circulation, 7,180,451. So under 10 million in circulation, which is a very, very good sign. In the past 24 hours, it has gone up 3.44% increase on the day for Dashcoin, closing out Dashcoin at $100.75 per Dashcoin. That's $100.75 per Dashcoin. Now, keep in mind, folks, each and every one of these cryptocurrencies that I am reading off to you are completely mineable. You can mine these on your own, and I've talked about mining. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, then look up whatever coin that I am suggesting, or I'm not suggesting, I'm covering, and take a look at what it takes to mine those coins and get that free money, baby. Get the free money. It's free money! Let's get to the Monero. The Monero is also a very interesting cryptocurrency. The Monero's symbol is XMR. XMR, the current market capitalization for the Monero is $298 million market capitalization. So under $300 million in market cap. The current circulation of Monero is 14,161,462 Monero cryptocurrency in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 2.26%, closing out the Monero at $21.06 per Monero cryptocurrency. All right, let's continue going here. We've got Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic, symbol on this one is ETC. All right, the current market capitalization on Ethereum Classic is $210 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply of Ethereum Classic is 89,967,383 Ethereum Classic cryptocurrencies in circulation. Within the past 24 hours, it has gone down 0.05%, closing out Ethereum Classic, symbol ETC, at $2.34 per Ethereum Classic cryptocurrency. Let's get to Litecoin, folks. Litecoin, symbol on Litecoin is LTC. LTC, the current market capitalization for Litecoin is $196 million market cap. Current circulating supply of Litecoin is 50,302,457 Litecoins in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 2.96%, closing out Litecoin at $3.90 per Litecoin. $3.90 per Litecoin. Let's go ahead and get to Zcash. Zcash, symbol on Zcash is ZEC. Current market capitalization for Zcash is $62 million market capitalization. Now, this is very interesting, folks. The current circulating supply of Zcash is 920,894. I mean, under a million Zcash being circulated at this point in time. So this is a very, very good one to potentially mine on your own if you know how to do so. Okay, in the past 24 hours, it has gone down 1.97%, closing out Zcash at, and the symbol for this one, once again, is ZEC, closing out Zcash at $67.64 per Zcash cryptocurrency. All right, let's go ahead and continue going. Decred cryptocurrency. The symbol on Decred is DCR. The current market capitalization for Decred is $23 million market capitalization. The current circulating supply is 4,081,753 Decred cryptocurrency in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 0.40%, excuse me. If it would have gone down 40%, give me a break, down 0.40%, closing out Decred at $5.72 per Decred cryptocurrency. $5.75 per Decred cryptocurrency. All right, let's go ahead and get to Zcoin. Zcoin took a dip today, folks. Zcoin symbol is XZC. The current market cap for Zcoin is a mere $8 million market cap. $8 million market cap. Current circulation of Zcoin is 1,696,964 Zcoin in circulation. It has gone down, unfortunately, 8.64% on the 24-hour period. Currently, the price of Zcoin is $4.74 per Zcoin. Of course, the symbol XZC. Let's go ahead and continue going. We've got Bitcoin Dark. Bitcoin Dark, folks. If you aren't familiar with this one, go ahead and check it out for yourself. Bitcoin Dark, the symbol on this one is BTCD. BTCD, the current market capitalization on Bitcoin Dark is $5,362,028 market cap. The current circulating amount of Bitcoin Dark currency is 1,288,862 Bitcoin Dark in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 3.09%, closing out Bitcoin Dark at $4.16 per Bitcoin dark. And let me go ahead and get to the last one here. And once again, these are all mineable coins here. Let's get to Nova Coin. Nova Coin symbol is NVC. Current market capitalization for Nova Coin is $4,204,985. So $4 million market capitalization. The current circulation of supply is 1,673,773 Nova Coin in circulation. In the past 24 hours, it has gone down 5.31%, closing out Zcoin at $2.51 per Zcoin, folks. Per Zcoin. Anyway, folks, there's a whole bunch of others to cover, but that, my friends, is the markets for your ass. All right? Now, once again, we're going to continue to cover all kinds of cryptocurrencies. We need for you folks to just kind of start realizing that there's some pretty decent money to be made here, and that's why I am covering it as it pertains to the first hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and I'm very, very happy to do so accordingly, all right? Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs, all right? And for all you folks that are unaware, if you want a Twitter shout-out, all you got to do is retweet the first tweet on my Twitter account. Well, actually, it's not the first tweet. I already retweeted something. You must retweet True Capitalist Radio Live. That's the tweet to retweet. If you retweet that tweet, I will give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast. Once again, the tweet to retweet is True Capitalist Radio Live. And I'll give you a Twitter shout-out live right here on the broadcast, right here and now, baby. Anyway, hey, engineer, do we got any Twitter shout-outs to be had out here? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Twitter shout-outs right now. All right, folks, who do we got going on here on the Twitter shout-outs? We got Sergeant Yoda in the house. We got ST Bill in the place. What's going on to Kingfish? Good to see you, man. I'm glad that you're here. We got BN King in the place. We got Dr. Bristle in the house. Havel the Rock. Who else do we have here? Once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. We've got Jizzmaster 3000. We've got 599 Good Goy Point. Oh man, I don't want to talk about Gab, man. That's just I'm disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm just a little disappointed in that. All right. Anyway, we got Supa in the house. What's going on to Supa? We've got Mark Montag in the place. What's going on to Mark Montag? Who else do we have going on over here? Once again, folks, please retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live, and I'll give you a shout out right here on the broadcast. Let's continue going. Who else do we have here? We got Remington in the house. We got Edward Ramos. What's going on to Gabe Voorhees? We've got Distilling Capitalist. Brock Heart Attack, LOL. We're going to talk about David Brock here in a second. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, all right? I want to spoil it for everybody. Who else do we have here? Did I goyim that? Did I goyim the... Damn it. Stop calling me a Jew, please, all right? I don't know how many times I got to tell you people, I am not a Jew. I mean, good God, I use yarmulkes for coffee filters, for Christ's sake. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, man. We got Grand Theft Auto UK. Oh, you son of a bitch. I know what you mean by that, you son of a bitch. Look at these sick freaks, all right? This was a terrorist attack today. This was a terror... Oh, Give me the mic. I can already see where this is going, folks. You see this? Jesus Christ, man. We got General Capitalist. What's going on to Edgar Raines? What's going on to Bumbles? Bumbles is in the house. The TCR Steam Chat. Oh, yeah. What's going on to you guys? We've got Trump and Capitalist in the place. We've got Corn Blaster in the house. We got Muslim Jewish butter. Just shut up, please, with this crap, man. Am I a Jew or am I a Muslim? Am I a Lahaim or am I Wallah Akbar? I mean, what am I? Am I a Lahaim or am I Wallah Akbar? Anyway, we got the Smiler in the house. What's going on? I'm just sick names, for Christ's sake, man. We got Twilly Atkins. We got Hopscotch in the house. McGhost Shecklebin. McGhost Shecklebin. Shut up. Son of a bitch. God damn it. Enough. Enough with the shekels. Enough with the oy vey. Shut it down. Enough of that crap. Jesus Christ, give me the mic. I'm serious. Enough of this crap. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it. Jesus Christ, man. I'm telling you, man. I guess, man. I guess I just... We got Acolyte of Keck. What's going on to him, man? How you doing? We've got British Bridge Bowling? Shut up! Look, here's another one. British Flatbreads. You know what? You guys are sick. You guys are freaking sick! Good God, man! You know what? That's it for Twitter chat. Give me the mic. Look, listen, we shouldn't be laughing about this crap, man. This is a very serious issue that happened out there in London, Stan, all right? Very serious business what's happening out there. Anyway, who else do we have here, for Christ? You got ND Juicy in the house. What's going on? Once again, retweet the tweet that states True Capitalist Radio Live. We got the 727 caller. We got Raiden Roadkill. Raiden Roadkill? What the hell are you talking about, Raiden Road? Wait a minute, I don't even see... Did something happen to Raiden Snake out there? I don't see Raiden Snake on the goddamn switchboard. Did something... No! Where's Raiden Snake? I don't see him on the switchboard. Where's Raiden? Where's Raiden? Good God! I hope Raiden's okay, man. That's not so. You know, give me the mic. Give me the mic. I hope so. Raiden, if you're there, please call us. I don't know if this is a troll or what. I hope nothing happened to Raiden. Good God, man. Good God. I mean, I usually see Raiden Snake in queue out here on the damn switchboard. I don't see him. I don't see him. Oh my God, this is just horrible. I mean, this is just... I hope Raiden's okay. That's all I'm saying. I know he likes to go cruise London Stan a lot. I know he likes to go out there and that sort of thing. I just hope Raiden Snake's okay. That's not funny, troll. Seriously. I mean, do you all know something? Huh? Do you all know something? Oh, my God, man. I hope nothing happened to him, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we got shekel cryptocurrency. Oh, yeah, here we go with this crap. Flatfish and chips. Flatfish and... Flatfish and chips! Jesus Christ, man. Give me the mic. Give me the mic. Man, this is getting ridiculous. You know what? We are now in the second hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and of course, I'm your host, yada, yada, yada. Look, I want to know if Raiden Snake is okay. Raiden, are you okay? Where are you? I mean, I'm used to seeing Raiden Snake in Q, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm going to switch it up here, all right? We've already taken enough Twitter shout-outs. Let's go ahead and go to Gab, shout-outs, all right? How about that, all right? And for you folks that are unaware, go to Gab right now, gab.ai, and repost or like the first Gab post on my Gab, and I will give you a shout-out right here, right now. We got $6 to verify the infamous deplorable troll. We got Commander Biff, Nigel Farage in the house. We got CDI Fan 237. We got Lord Vulcan, Ed Plus, Escalators 420, More Life. We've got Ghost Care, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Freaking Ghost Care. We got Rock Ape, Green Leader in the place. Who else do we have here? Once again, repost the first post or like the first post on my Gab account. And the Gab account is Politics Ghost. We got Flathead Snake, C.K. Smith, Metroid Junkie in the place. Some guy named Grinder? 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 No! Grinder! Look, if you're the official Grinder account on Gab, don't repost my post, please, all right? If you're the official Grinder account on Gab, don't repost, don't like my post, none of that crap. Please, all right? I'm warning you, please. There's no digital glory holes over here, so please stop. Give me the mic. Jesus Christ, we got Goldner Adler in the place. Unban Leonard. Unban Leonard. Oh, man, look, I don't want to get into that, but we'll talk about that. I hear you, Leonard, all right? We'll see what's going on, but we got to talk about it. We got to have a little bit of a talk, all right? Who else do we have? We got Raiden got stabbed in London. No, don't kid around about that, please. Don't kid around about that. Don't kid around about Raiden Snake, man. I don't see Raiden Snake here, and I'm a little disturbed by it, to say the least, all right? I'm a little disturbed by it, to say the least, man. All right? Oh, Jesus Christ. Who else do we have here? We got Fat Albin and the Short Bus Kids. You son of a... Shut up! I know what you mean by that! You know, I'm tired. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing any more shout-outs. I can see where this whole goddamn thing is going, and I'm pissed off about it. I'm pissed off about it, to say the least. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know why. You know, now that I think about it, give me the mic. Give me the mic. You know what? I'm glad I took yesterday off. I was kicking myself in the behind that I did not come on this broadcast yesterday because I was conducting other personal business, and I'm talking real in-life business, baby. You understand? And I couldn't get around to doing the broadcast, and I was kicking myself because, God damn it! God damn it, man! I mean, there's too much things to talk about. I mean, there's serious business going on. And the serious business, let's just get into it right now. I don't want to do any more shout-outs. You people are making a mockery of my show like you always do, for Christ's sake, and I don't appreciate it one bit. But the focal point I want to discuss here right now, let's go ahead and get right into the straight political dope, is I want to talk about this morning. When I woke up at about 5 in the morning, which is when I usually wake up, no matter what time I go to sleep, usually wake up at about 5 in the morning, and I saw nothing but bombardments of fake news claiming that Donald Trump's wiretapping claim was debunked by James Comey. And I had posted Operation Dragnet that was conducted by the NSA on Trump's, not just Trump, but a variety of different estates that he owns under his name or his company's name. Now, why was he under surveillance under Operation Dragnet? I have no idea. Why was the National Security Agency having Trump and all his properties under surveillance? I have no idea. But you had Comey earlier this week get in front of that ridiculous House Intelligence Committee, which were colluding, if you want my personal opinion. That's why I tweeted prior to Comey's testimony that this was going to be nothing more than political theater. That there is beyond evidence that not only was Donald Trump surveyed and tapped, but folks, he was surveyed and tapped by a variety, a plethora of different agencies. I'm not just talking about the NSA and the CIA and other deep state type of apparatuses. No. The FBI. Now that Comey's testimony and this narrative that the House Intelligence Committee and James Comey, the narrative that they were trying to build with that ridiculous, pathetic political theater did not come to pass. The American people did not believe it. And now all of a sudden, this morning, all right, they changed their tune. They now just completely changed their narrative. Okay? Now, from the testimony from the director of FBI, James Comey, that said, not to his knowledge is Trump under any kind of surveillance or wiretapping, and since that testimony, every goddamn mainstream media outlet has been claiming that Trump has been debunked. Trump was lying. A lot of these damn publications were alluding to the fact that they should impeach Trump based upon the debunked claims that James Comey testified and supposedly debunked. James Comey was lying! And not only was James Comey lying, folks, I personally believe that many on the Intelligence Committee for which he testified were also colluding with Comey to try to build this narrative in conjunction with the mainstream media. Well, folks, here is an article out of the New York Daily News, folks, in which the FBI now all of a sudden changes its story. I just tweeted it right now, just retweeted it. The FBI all of a sudden changes its story about Donald Trump being wiretapped because the whole debunk narrative is not working. The American people are starting to realize that Donald Trump was wiretapped, and he wasn't just wiretapped by the NSA and the CIA, he was also wiretapped by the FBI. It says here that the FBI wiretapped Russian gambling ring that was based in Trump Tower. Now, you see where they're trying to kind of intertwine the narrative in Russia? You see, and this is where Comey is a freaking bureaucratic master at splitting words, splitting hairs, and yet making it believe the people, that is, through legalese and splitting hairs with linguistic circles and trickery, that the FBI had a Russian investigation open into Trump, right? Lo and behold, the FBI comes out with this story today that it actually did have Trump under surveillance, and it was an investigation about Russia, but it was about a Russian gambling ring that was renting some goddamn property out of Trump Tower. Do you understand how they manipulate the narrative now? Do you understand it? Damn it! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up, man! I mean, do you understand what Comey did in that testimony? He tried to make it look like Donald Trump didn't know what he was talking about, while at the same time trying to reinforce a narrative that the FBI had Trump under investigation for Russian ties. And you see, give me the mic. Give me the mic. See, look at this damn article that I just retweeted. That fits the narrative that James Comey set before the Congress. Because he did say that there was an investigation into Trump and Russia, right? Well, what investigation is that? Is that this investigation that some couple of Russian idiots were, running a gambling ring out of Trump Tower? Which a lot of these Russians, we've all talked about it, folks, they're a bunch of rich oligarch brats. I mean, they have more money than sense. They're able to buy apartments. I mean, as a matter of fact, I think the most expensive house, the most expensive penthouse in New York was actually bought by a Russian, if I'm not mistaken. But you see how they curbed this narrative? Do you see how they molded this narrative to make people believe that now this whole connection, this investigation that the FBI had in connection with Trump and Russia, it all boils down to a freaking gambling ring now? Do you get this? And now, folks, not only that, not only does the FBI have to, and look, I tweeted that this morning, folks. I mean, I tweeted that 10 hours ago, and I kept tweeting. Here, I tweeted another one and it was a meme. Here, let me go ahead and retweet that meme, that James Comey lied to Congress about FBI wiretapping real Donald Trump. James Comey's testimony was fake news, and there's a picture of him and his weasel bureaucratic face. And it says on top, wiretap Trump from 2011 to 2013, and then lies to Congress about it in 2017. Now, the reason I bring this up, folks, is because they came out later today, and I'm talking the House Intelligence Committee, who was basically pitching all this crap for Comey to basically testify to, so that the mainstream media can shape this narrative of what we've been talking about. Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, 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 Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Trump, Russia, Russia. They are beating this like a dead horse, baby. And you see, look what happened here. Look at this. Look at this. Breaking. This is out of WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks posted this. Breaking. U.S. House Intelligence Committee confirms U.S. spies intercepted Trump team communication on numerous occasions. On numerous occasions, folks. There it is right there. Look at my Twitter account, Politics Ghost, right now. So now, all of a sudden, now that this whole crap that the damn lamestream media has been trying to pump for the past couple of days, that Trump has been debunked on his wiretapping claims, has all been fake news. Do you understand this, folks? This whole narrative that is being pushed forth by the lamestream media that Trump was lying about being wiretapped was utter fake news. And it was fake news, and it was manipulated in a way in which the average, everyday Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack would interpret that, oh, well, Trump's under investigation for Russian ties. Oh, my God. Oh, and look at him. He's trying to say that he is wiretapped? I mean, will our government really wiretap a presidential candidate? And then you got Comey saying, well, not to my knowledge, has Donald Trump or his campaign been wiretapped? And he was speaking from the FBI's perspective. Lo and behold, he was lying because the FBI had him and Trump Tower under surveillance from 2011 to 2013. So that makes the FBI, who has had Trump under surveillance, That includes the NSA, who has had Trump under surveillance. That includes the CIA and all these deep state leaking assholes that are out here trying to subvert the President of the United States. How much more proof do you need that the deep state and the political establishment, in conjunction with the lamestream media, are trying everything they can to undermine the authority of the President? I mean, how much more proof do you need that there is a consortium of bureaucracy, an orgy of bureaucracy, of the political class system, of the lamestream media and the deep state that are trying to subvert Donald Trump's presidency, folks? And look, I wrote an article on Ghost.Report, very small one, but it was a very direct, small call to action, because, folks, what I describe in that article, and I basically say we need to disseminate the information. We need to use every medium at our disposal to spotlight the information, to contradict the lies, to contradict the hypocrisy put forth by the lamestream mainstream media. I just tweeted that article right there. I just retweeted it on my Twitter account. It says, POTUS needs you. We must all stand as Americans against the establishment, because, folks, that is what is against Trump. Trump is against the status quo. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity candidate. A man who has been given wealth, a man who has been living opulence, who has lived, the 1% life, who has basically threw that all away and jeopardized his own wealth, his own family's dynasty, his own life, to give an opportunity for the people to take their country back. Because, folks, that's what Donald Trump represents. He is our last line in the sand. Our last line in the sand for the people to take control of this government. And you see, he needs all of our help because he has all of the status quo establishment against him. They have a vested interest to take down Trump, whether voluntarily or by force. They have a vested interest to do so, and that's why they're pulling every goddamn trick in the book to do so. And that's why those of us on the Trump train, those of us on the capitalist right, we have to be as dedicated as the left. You know how you see these leftists out there marching and protesting, and you see how dedicated they are, even though they're completely ignorant idiots. Their modus operandi is to be just unbelievably unadulterated serious about whatever the hell they're out there protesting against, and we have to be just as serious, folks. We have to be just as serious about politics, because liberty is taken, not given. And because we have not taken our responsibility as a government that's made for the people and by the people, the authority that was accorded to us by our forefathers has been taken from us by this bureaucratic establishment, by the entities that are working in consortium, in concert with each other, to undermine and subvert our president that we, the American people, elected. We, the American people, elected. Do you understand? If we don't take a stand, if we don't go memeing, if we don't challenge the establishment, if we don't expose the lies, the hypocrisy that the lamestream media is pumping out to Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack, they are going to win. And when they win, we lose. And everything that we've ever done, 2016, what we're doing now was for nothing. So that's why I'm calling on everybody within the sound of my voice. It is time for us to unite, and it's time for us to be just as serious and dedicated as those nut jobs on the left. And believe me, they're being manipulated by the lamestream media. They're being coerced. They're being subversed as well, folks. But the only difference is that we are cognizant enough to realize it, and we inform ourselves to combat against it. And that's why I am encouraging each and every one of you, get every goddamn social media account that's within your reach and use and abuse those forums to disseminate the information that contradicts the mainstream media. Let me tell you something, folks. I was in the Inner Circle chat room here right as the terrorist attacks happened here recently in UK, in London, Stan. And right off the bat, the Inner Circle and I were like, look, we need to get this known that Sadiq Khan, this asshole Muslim mayor, basically equated terrorism to that of, something that everybody has to go through in the big city. And once we tweeted out that Sadiq Khan had said this, right after this damn terrorist attack happened, guess who made the comment literally a minute or two after? Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. And then that narrative that we built, just incepted in the Inner Circle, has already perpetuated down into the area of Britannia. And now Sadiq Khan is going to have to talk about what he meant when he discussed terrorism some time back, about it being nothing more than your average day in a life in the inner city or in the big city. So that's what I'm telling you. We can shape narratives. We can make news go viral. We can show the hypocrisy within the system. We all have to work together, folks. Whenever I tweet something, I encourage you, please retweet it. All right, because it's those types of retweets on a consistent basis that's going to spread the news, that it'll get in front of somebody like a Donnie Jr. or an influencer like that. It'll get in the face of Trump. It'll get in the face of his campaign strategists. I mean, this is what we have to do. We have to get every damn social media account necessary and disseminate the information, because that's what they're doing. You get it now, right, folks? This James Comey testimony, it was nothing more than political theater so that the mainstream media could try to undermine the president and claim that he was lying when he suggested he was wiretapped. That's what all that James Comey testimony was about. And let me tell you, if you think anybody in that intelligence committee was in favor of Trump, just take a look at that testimony one more again and see if any of those people who are status quo, bureaucratic, Washington, D.C., scumbag, soulless politicians, you go back to that testimony and see if any of those scumbags are Trump's friend, for a lack of a better term, or on Trump's side. I'm telling you, it's the bureaucratic political class, it's the mainstream media, and it's the deep state. They, in concert, are trying to undermine the institutions of our government because they want to take power away from the people. Because, as I stated, what Donald Trump represents is a manifestation of the people. I mean, he is against the status quo of these goddamn bureaucrats. He's against special interests just depositing campaign contribution accounts in these freaking politicians' bank accounts, and then they buy off policy. Donald Trump is tired of corruption. He's tired of it. He has no motive. He's a 70-year-old billionaire. He has no motive to do what he's doing right now. The only motive that he has is that he knows, because he's been privy to all the elites. He's been privy to all these meetings. He's been privy to all the secret conversations. He's a part of the 1%. He's a part of the Billionaires Club. He knows these people are disgustingly unscrupulous and want to destroy America, because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, folks. They are trying to take away the people's authority. That's what this is all about. This is not about Donald Trump anymore. This is not about Donald Trump. This is about the people versus the bureaucrats. And that's the war we are witnessing right before our very eyes. And the mainstream media, they're bureaucrats, folks. They took money from Stimulus Package 2, and guess who signed that into law? Barack Obama and the Democrats. Guess who else got money from stimulus package 2? Hollywood. And guess who's staunch against Trump out there in Hollywood? All of them! The educational apparatuses of higher education got bailed out in stimulus package 2. Who do you think their loyalty stands with? Do you understand why these institutions that are out here speaking against Trump are speaking against him? Because Barack Obama created a consortium utilizing our tax money to buy loyalty. Because that's exactly what the stimulus package 2 was. That's why I keep bringing it up. Because I will never forget, that was the biggest wealth transfer in world history. $1 trillion of American tax money was transferred to everybody who donated to the campaign contribution account or supported or campaigned for Barack Obama and the Democratic Party. I mean, take a look at stimulus package 2 for yourself if you do not believe me, and take a look at how many people got paid. So you see, folks, it makes sense why you have so many people against Donald Trump at this point in time. They've got a vested interest in doing so. And after the whole Comey testimony, what this proves to us as the American people is that the bureaucratic apparatus of the state is an enemy of the people. And I'm not saying that lightly, folks. I'm saying that based upon their actions. I mean, take a look at the media lying to us. Outright lying to us. Take a look at what the Intelligence Committee on the House with Comey's testimony were trying to do. They were trying to make a theater environment so that the lamestream media can feed the narrative to Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack that Donald Trump is a liar and a conspiracy theorist and that his whole wiretapping claim was debunked. I mean, every goddamn article this morning I read was nothing about, it was just nothing but Donald Trump debunked, Donald Trump's wiretap claims debunked, Donald Trump's that's all I read. That's why this morning I tweeted so many tweets about the FBI outright lying. The FBI outright lying. And look, they had to come out today and they had to tell the truth, didn't they? I mean, take a look at it. They had to come out today and they had to tell the truth. I mean, this morning, like I said, I tweeted out that FBI did wiretap Trump. They wiretapped his tower back in 2011 to 2013 because there was a supposed Russian gambling ring operating out of there. And of course, folks, if you don't know what Trump Tower is, it's like a quasi shopping center and a place to live, like a condominium type of a place. So there's, anybody can buy property in there. Anybody can make a deal in there. I mean, it's not as if, Trump had these Russians over and decided, hey, we're going to start a gambling ring, all right? Trump doesn't need the money, all right? But there was a gambling ring, Russia-related. And you see, once again, what did Comey testify to? Comey testified that Trump is under investigation. There is a current open investigation about Trump and Russia. And what do they put out today? This ridiculous story about how Trump Tower was under surveillance because of Russian gambling. Russian gambling. And you see, in front of the House Intelligence Committee, James Comey made it sound as if Russia and Trump were being investigated in some kind of a collusive manner, in some kind of a collusion together. That's what they made it seem. I mean, just take a look at it. This is pure political theater. This is manipulation. This is subversion of the people, folks. And who's involved in it? The deep state, the lamestream media, and the political class. And where are all these idiots mostly based? Washington, D.C. So keep that in mind, folks, when you're out here and you see these people claiming that Trump was lying about being wiretapped. He was not only wiretapped by the NSA and the CIA, he was wiretapped by the FBI. And, all this news coming about Trump being wiretapped all these years. I mean, you take a look at the NSA, Operation Dragnet. papers that have come out here recently, they had Donald Trump under surveillance since 2004. 2004! You take a look at this FBI investigation, they've had him under surveillance from 2011 to 2013. I mean, how can the lamestream media continue to claim that Trump is lying when they know and we know that they're outright lying? How can we allow these people to continue to get away with this crap? Jesus Christ, it just makes me sick, man. And you know what the lamestream media tried to do this morning? They tried to use some old 2005 Paul Manafort story to cover the wiretapping lies. Now, for you folks that are trying to figure out what are they talking about, Paul Manafort, lest we forget, Paul Manafort played a very limited role in the Trump campaign. As a matter of fact, he was only tapped to get the delegates necessary to be able to get the Republican nomination. Now, if anybody is going to be implicated in Paul Manafort being Russia-tied, then maybe the delegates and all the people in the Republican convention that Paul Manafort dealt with so that Donald Trump could win the nomination to the Republican Party should be investigated as well. All right? I mean, lest we forget, that was Paul Manafort's job. He was brought in to basically get the nomination on the party level because Paul Manafort, he is a political operative. He's a political operative mercenary. All right, the guy has worked for Iran, all right, to help Iranian politicians get elected within their government framework. He has worked for the Ukraine. He's worked for a lot of different countries in which he is paid to utilize his political prowess to be able to get people elected, okay? Now, what they're doing is rehashing some 2005 bunch of BS about some Russian oligarch, all right, that paid him to do some kind of political operative work, which was nothing more than him trying to get somebody elected and trying to tie this Russian oligarch with Putin and then the business that Paul Manafort did with this Russian oligarch. I mean, this was 2005, okay? I mean, 2005, if I recollect correctly, I mean, wasn't Bush and Putin out there at the Crawford Ranch rustling hay with each other back then? Y'all remember that? They're out there riding horses with each other? Y'all remember that crap? I mean, so if we're going to sit here, all right, and talk about all this nonsense about, that Paul Manafort and the 2005 connection is somehow correlated with today's Russia meddling, allegedly, that is a complete lie, because in 2005, remember, we were cool with Russia. Do you remember George W. Bush would invite Putin over? Remember, he said, I looked into this man's soul, and I know he's good at his heart. You remember that? I mean, are you kidding me? So if you're going to make some correlation with Paul Manafort in 2005 and his some so-called connection with Putin in 2005, lest we forget their jerk nuts, all right, George W. Bush was having like barrel baths in the back freaking ranch out there in Crawford, Texas. Do you remember this? I'm not joking around, man. He used to call Putin Pootie Poo. Remember, that's how close of a connection these idiots had. He called freaking Putin Pootie Poo. So that's why I'm telling everybody right now, do not believe what the hell is going on here. They tried to pull off this 2005 Paul Manafort story, all right, when at the time Russia was cool with the United States was cool with Russia. Like I said, George W. Bush had Putin over, and they were riding horseback out there on the Crawford Ranch, lest we forget back in 2005. Now, all of a sudden, what do? They pull out this Paul Manafort narrative so that in hopes of smoke screening the outright lie that the mainstream media, the FBI, lied to the American people, and the House intelligence community helped the mainstream media and the FBI lie. They helped. I mean, they were accomplices to the lie. They didn't accomplish anything. They were accomplices to the damn lie. Jesus Christ, man. I mean, this is very complicated stuff, but this is what it is. All right, what's happening here is a collusion between the lamestream media, the deep state, and the political class to try to make Trump look incompetent, make him look like a conspiracy theorist, make him look like a liar, make him look incompetent, make him look like a Russian agent, so on and so forth. It's an outright psyop job, and we cannot fall for it. That's why they're getting busted in their lies. That's why they got to come out and come clean. They know that Trump was under surveillance. They knew he was wiretapped. They were hoping that the Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack would take the lie, take the bait, and take the bait and reshape their narrative. And they didn't do it. And you want to know why they didn't reshape their narrative, folks? It's because of us. You, me, we are the new media now, folks. I'm telling you this right now. Every time you retweet an article, every time you repost an article, every time you disseminate the information on whatever social media that you use, you are actually helping to shape the narrative of the Joe and Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack. You are helping shape that narrative. You are defeating the attempt by the lamestream media to lie, outright lie to the American people to shape their perspective. So I'm telling you, folks, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, and you should do the same. I'm telling you, this Paul Manafort story from 2005 was nothing more to try to, cover. It was a cover story about the lie that the FBI and the mainstream media did in conjunction with the House Intelligence Committee. All right? Outright lie! Don't you ever forget it? Outright lie! Jesus Christ. Let me move on here, folks, all right? Let's talk a little bit about health care, shall we? Oh, yeah, health care. And for you folks that are unaware, today's the day. Today's the day that supposedly it's going to be an up or down vote on health care. And according to the Liberty Caucus, which Rand Paul is a part of, supposedly they have anywhere from 25 to 30 votes on no on the Republican side as it pertains to the new Ryan Care bill, which has been revamped to some capacity. But still, folks, the biggest criticism against this bill is the fact that premiums continue to rise in price. It does nothing to curb the fact that the premiums are going to continue to go up from the current Obamacare levels that we are seeing. And secondly, folks, the mandate is not gone. All right, the IRS may not be the ones collecting the fine for you not having insurance, but guess what? If you read the Ryan Care bill, if you do not have health insurance for 63 plus days, the insurance in which you're going to sign up next can implement a fine on you higher than the Obamacare fine during Obamacare. So they privatize the fine so that the insurance company can collect the fine from you as opposed to the IRS. So once again, folks, this is nothing more than a smokescreen to federalize a monopoly of health insurance. And that's why you have people like Rand Paul and others in the Liberty Caucus out here not wanting to vote for this, because this is still federalizing the health care insurance monopoly on the American people. And I tried to tweet at dumbass Paul Ryan last night and said, look, if you want to save face and your speaker, your House Speaker position, you need to first off bring down the cost of premiums, all right? And it's very easy to do. You idiots are just being unoriginal. You people are in the pockets of the health insurance industry, and this damn Ryan Care bill shows it and proves it. But if you can reestablish the premiums, all right, and then put people in a high-risk pool and those that don't accordingly, so that you can offset any kind of outgoing cost related to higher-risk premiums, then you can somehow make this feasible for the consumer so that the cost of insurance for folks will actually come down. And secondly, you have to get rid of that damn mandate. I don't care if it isn't the IRS collecting. No one should collect a fine on you because you do not have health insurance. No one should collect a fine on you, for Christ's sake. That is a federal monopoly. That means that the federal government is coercing its people and forcing them to pay for something that they should not pay for. That was the underlying argument against Obamacare, that the federal government has federally mandated a monopoly on health insurance over its citizenry, which should have been unconstitutional, but for whatever reason, John Roberts, the Supreme Court Justice, supposed conservative on the Supreme Court, voted in favor of Obamacare and said that the mandate was legal. And that's why we have this whole federal mandate. And you know what, folks? I don't blame Rand Paul for voting no, or the Liberty Caucus for voting no, because this right here, folks, is nothing more than kicking the can down the road for another 10 years. That's all this is. All right? And who comes out on top of all this? The health insurance industry, of course. All right? I mean, of course, they're the ones that end up on top. I mean, they're not going to have their premiums go down. They're not going to restructure any kind of scheme in which the prices of premiums will be able to go down for folks that deserve it. They're not going to do anything. This is nothing more than kicking the can down the road. Now, what Paul Ryan is betting on this. He knows that the president needs for a repeal and a replace of Obamacare so that the government can remain solvent. Because, folks, here in the next year and a half, 2 years, if Obamacare continues, it will jeopardize the government itself. And we're going to see another 2008, 2009, and guess who's going to be bailed out? The insurance companies. Do you understand that? That's what this whole scheme was about. The whole scheme was about making sure that this whole goddamn thing, it's a Ponzi scheme, folks. It's a Ponzi scheme. All right? What it is that younger, healthier people who don't even have economic opportunity to begin with in this country, younger and healthier people are charged a higher rate of insurance premiums so that they can basically subsidize the old, the pre-existing condition, and the poor, and the immigrants, mind you, and the immigrants. So that is the current structure of Obamacare, and they haven't restructured that, folks. All they did was supposedly take out the mandate of Obamacare on the federal level. All they did was masquerade that federal mandate and privatized it. So if you don't have insurance for 63-plus days, well, the next health insurance that you try to apply for is going to implement that fine on you, and if you don't pay the fine, you don't get health insurance. And this needs to stop, folks. This absolutely needs to stop, and this is why this particular bill, it seems as if it may be dead on arrival. Now, what does that mean for the Republican Party? Well, it means a lot of things. The first thing it means is that the Republicans are not united, that these people are in complete disarray, that, you know, you've got so-called fiscal conservatives under the guise of Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell are proving themselves they're only fiscal conservative when it comes to enriching the conglomerations that donate to their campaign contribution accounts. And Ryan Care shows that all it is nothing more than a restructuring of the Obamacare system in favor of the health insurance industry. It does nothing to bring down premiums. It does nothing to rectify the insolvency of the system itself. It does nothing but kick the can down the goddamn road. So with that being said, there is a good flip side to this coin, because I hope Paul Ryan knows that if this damn Ryan Care fails and there is no vote and it's dead on arrival, I think that's justification to remove Paul Ryan. And Donald Trump knows this. That's why he's got a hands-off approach and is allowing the Republicans to initiate this whole health care bill. And he's going out there and playing politics and, you know, trying to sell it. But if you hear him on the campaign trail, or I shouldn't say on the campaign, on the rally trail, he's had a few rallies, he said that, look, we've got to do it, folks. We just got to make sure that this thing passes, because if it doesn't pass, we can't pass taxes. Because the reason we can't pass tax cuts is because, folks, right now, Obamacare, and I hate to keep repeating this, but it bears repeating, an employer has to pay for an employee's health insurance if they work full-time. That's why if you go out in the job market, you don't see 40-hour-plus jobs anymore. You see jobs that are under 38 hours a week. And the reason is that's the threshold so that your employer doesn't have to pay you health insurance. So what are people doing? They're having to put 2 or 3 part-time jobs together just to make a feeble living without any goddamn benefits whatsoever. So what that has done, it has ruined the labor market. And it was intended to do that, folks. I mean, Obamacare was economic sabotage on the country. That's why during the Obama administration, the country went down the economic toilet. All right? I mean, when you don't have people working full-time, when you don't have people working overtime, I mean, you're going to have a pretty stagnant economy, if not floundering, if not falling economy, which we saw during the tenure of one Barack Obama. And that's why I'm saying this is what Trump knows. He knows that we have to repeal and replace this thing. If not, it could jeopardize the American economy. And guess who's going to get bailed out, folks? The insurance companies. That's what this whole Obamacare scam was all about. Bail out the insurance company once it becomes insolvent and then incrementally go into a single-payer system. That's right. That's what Obamacare was all about. They knew this was a scam. I mean, just look at the way it's structured. It's a freaking scam. And they knew once it was insolvent, who was going to bail out the damn health insurance industry? The taxpayer. I mean, if you've seen these scams once, you've seen them 1,000 times. For Christ's sake, man. So sick of playing this game over and over and over and over again, for Christ's sake. Good God. Oh my God, man! I'm just so sick, for Christ. What, Templeton? Now I've got Templeton up. That's great. What do you want, Templeton? He's probably just as pissed off at what's going on with this health care bill. And let me tell you, POTUS knows. POTUS knows that Ryan and his political leadership is on the line if this is dead on arrival. His political leadership is on the line. And let me tell you, he should be removed as House Speaker for putting up this bill and making the Republicans look like a bunch of incompetent morons. Because this happened under his leadership, and he should be removed as House Speaker if this damn health care bill is dead on arrival, regardless if you agree with it or don't. I mean, what kind of a leader is he if he cannot bring the party together and be cohesive about one subject? If he can't do that, he's not a leader. He needs to be removed, and he needs to be the lowly congressman that he is, and he needs to shut his hole. That's all there is to it. Anyway, I've got Templeton over here. Templeton, what's your problem? What are you doing? Come here, Templeton. Hold on, he's getting bugged out, for Christ's sake. Come here, Templeton. What's your problem? Come here. What's wrong with you, Templeton? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with Templeton? What's wrong with him? Why are you... no, no, Temple, God damn it. I'm sorry, folks. I mean, I hate when Templeton does this, man. I mean, he's right by the door. It looks like he wants to take a turd or something. Don't take a turd there! Where you go? Come here! God damn it, where the hell are you going? Come here, Templeton! Come here, where are you going? You better not hide behind a corner and take a turd over there, man. God damn it! Look, folks, I gotta take a quick break before this goddamn... Come here! Templeton, come here! I better hurry up. I gotta... Jesus Christ, with this dog! This is what you get for having a dog in a show. You know what I mean? Templeton, come here. What are you doing, Templeton? Templeton, where are you? Come here. Where are you? Jesus Christ. Look, I got to go, folks. I will be right back. Hey, engineer. Can you put on the girl from Ipanema, for Christ's sake, before this damn dog? Come here, Templeton. Don't crap there. Don't crap there. God damn it.
Alright, break time. So while Ghost does his thing, let me do some quick shout outs here. Of course, I'm taking some BN Theater shout outs, and if I'm catching enough, I'll do some YouTube as well. So shout out times until, situation is done. So we have Jellyfish Capitalist, Bob, Tom, Bumbles, Christopher One. We got Chrome Thunder, Cole, DC Sensei, Doomman 98, Dr. Demento, Earthquake 87, Edgar, Fovin. We got Gabe the 13th, Helvinic. We got I Am Cow God Moo. Sarah, what's up? We got 12 years old. Brony Drumming, what's up? We got Invader Viceroy. Noah 3608. Pony Movie 2017. Quittich Pony. Or Quittich the Pony, I'm sorry. Sapphire, hey Sappy. What's going on to Scarlet Moons, Shy Guy Mask, TCU Gaming 1, the Collie Man MX, Super Smash 97. Yes, we got Can the Demo Pan, Danny J, Drango, Flyer, I Am Ron, Meowth Rocket, Mick 123459. We got Next T and Ungrateful Goy. So that's pretty much it. And the BN Theater, let me quickly go to the YouTube for folks, anyone's in the YouTube chat. I'll give some shout outs there who are participating. We got a very Jason guy, Gavin, Hafe. Is he or just Gavin? What's going on to Hugo Mungas? We got. It turns out you can set your username to a random sentence, so that is exactly what I've done. What? That is a very long sentence. I never knew that you can make very long names on YouTube. That's actually weird. Capitalist Chris, what's going on? James Ron. We got KBG Revolver. Namer son. And that's pretty much it. Somebody actually left, though. I didn't know who he was. So yes, that's pretty much everybody in the shout outs. So thank you guys once again for coming out. Of course, oh yes, the Collie Man MX, if I have not said your name, man. But yes, still on break. I guess Templeton is doing his duty, and of course, I don't know what to do now. We're just waiting until the show comes back on, and I'll hear anything. By the way, guys, of course, I don't know how many of you guys are enjoying the Saturday Night Tro show, but if you starting to take notice, I think the first hour is pretty much gaming related, and I really like that. If it's something gaming related, since it makes sense, in the gaming community, there's a bunch of trolls. You can troll in the gaming, of course, but we can make something interesting of it. I really like that, and of course, have the second hour to have a full hour ready graffiti. Balance out the show. So of course, if you're not really into that, that's pretty okay. Oh, and he's back. So let's get back to the show. One sec.
Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show.
Templeton literally did it again. He took a turd. Luckily, it wasn't one of those mushy ones. You know what I mean? It was one of those, like he's had a lot of roughage treats. So, fortunately, and there's no goddamn Stanley steamer that needs to be involved here. But let me tell you something. I think I need to do some disinfecting here. So let me go ahead and take some time out and do that. Spray this goddamn place. Smells like a freaking dog turd in here. Luckily, I don't have to call no goddamn Stanley steamer up in this son of a... Ah! 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 God damn it. Thank God for Lysol. Good God. Anyway, luckily, it's not going to cost me anything, all right? I'm sorry. Look, this is what happens when you have a dog here, all right? And like I said, I'm broadcasting 3 hours a day, for heaven's sake, 5 days a week. Jeez Christ, man. Where was I, engineer? I forgot. Oh, that's right. Healthcare, once again, seems like it's DOA, dead on arrival, but as I stated, folks, if for whatever reason health care reform is not passed, it's Paul Ryan's ass. That's all there is to it, and he should be removed as House Speaker, because if he doesn't have enough leadership to bring the Republicans together on a single issue, then he is useless. I mean, he was useless during Obama's tenure, and he's useless now. And as far as I'm concerned, Wisconsin should be ashamed of itself for electing such an idiot. All right? But then again, I don't know if I put anything past Wisconsin. You people put cheese on your heads in pride, so you gotta figure that out amongst yourselves. Anyway, let's move on to another subject matter here, folks. Let's put everybody in a good mood. Y'all remember earlier this week that David Rockefeller died at age 101. Of course, he died on March 20th, which happens to be National Frog Day, which also happens to be Barron Trump's birthday, which also happens to be the day that Eric Trump announced he is having a son, which is also the first day of spring, which is also the day that I came back on the emergency broadcast 1 year ago last year, or I should say last year. So a lot of things happening in regards to David Rockefeller. And you know what they like to say? These things come in threes. So we were hoping to see, I don't know, maybe a George Soros kick in the bucket or something of that capacity. No, guess what? David Brock, the political operative, that old queen, David Brock, suffers a heart attack while working in the Washington, D.C. office early Tuesday. All right, now, there is no news on, David Brock's condition, but Ding Dong the Queen is almost gone. And for you folks that don't know who David Brock is, he is the disgusting, despicable political operative that is funded by George Soros, runs Media Matters, Correct the Record, and a whole bunch of other nonprofit organizations for which are out here trying to conduct themselves in some kind of a disgusting political operative, political coercive, political subversive capacity, a very disgusting human being, to say the least. So once again, folks, David Brock, all right, has a heart attack on Tuesday, and it couldn't have happened to a better person as far as I'm concerned, all right? I mean, so as far as I'm concerned, I'm hoping that David Brock's ticker doesn't come back around to, put him back on the political operative scene. I think that's enough. He's done enough damage. He's done enough disgusting, despicable, I mean, I don't even want to discuss the kind of crap that David Brock has conducted himself in, but I think it's not a coincidence that his name, as well as his partner's name, are always mentioned in relation to pizza/pedogate investigations. I'm just saying, I mean, their name just keeps popping up. I'm just saying. So once again, folks, all right, once again, David Brock suffers a heart attack while working in D.C., being the political operative piece of manipulative trash that he is. I mean, that's just great, isn't it? How you like that, David Brock? I mean, this old queen thought he was going to be able to run amok. He thought he was going to be able to, conduct himself in such slimy political operative capacity without fate dealing him some kind of a slap to his fruit bowl, glory hole serving mouth, in my view. So give me a break. Once again, David Brock, Democrat, liberal, leftist political operative out here, all right, affiliated with all the disgusting, despicable leftist tricks, the despicable bird dog and all that crap. It's all them, all those people. They're on that side of the crowd. David Brock suffers a heart attack, baby, this past Tuesday while out in Washington, D.C., probably conducting some nefarious political activity. So everybody bow your heads right now, all right? Dear God, if you're listening, can you please just, remove Brock, please, all right? Can you please remove David Brock, God? Please. Remove David Brock, please. Remove David Brock, please. Amen. Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, David Brock's fruity ass we hate the most, all right? Get him out of here! Get him out of here! Hallelujah, 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 decka like a high and like a high and David Brock's hole. Hallelujah, 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 like a high, David Brock's hole. Anyway, now that we've gotten that out of the way, it is now the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. Before we get started on anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around, like wildfire, and let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house, and we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, baby, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. And I'm also on Gab, folks. I'm also on Gab under the same name. But, you know, after Gab tried to, hit me up with the $5.99 a month to get verified thing, I think I'm going to go try to open up my own social media network. I'm not joking around. It don't take me a lot of work, a lot of time, but, I mean, it's just disgusting, man. Come on, man. And, like, a social media network just for the listeners, just for the people listening. We don't even need all these other jerk dicks out here. They're, just going to come on. I mean, no, this is for the listeners, baby. Anyway, let's continue going, folks, all right? Where are we at? We're at David Brock having a heart attack. Ding dong, the queen is almost gone. Now, let's talk a little bit about a story that has been a little viral as of late here. And I'm talking about the 14-year-old legal immigrant girl that was raped by two illegal immigrants in Rockville, Maryland. Now, for you folks that are unfamiliar with this case, Sean Spicer kind of alluded to this case, I believe, in yesterday's press briefing. And it's gone a little viral since then because this is just yet another instance in which we are allowing folks that, for whatever reason, are coming into this country illegally, and we're embracing them, we're housing them, we're giving them entitlements, we're giving them free education, and this is the kind of behavior that seems to be prevalent amongst those that are undocumented or, for a lack of a better term, extreme vetted. So for you folks that are unaware, this legal immigrant, the little girl at 14 years old, was a legal immigrant that came into this country legally, was raped by two illegal immigrants, 17 and 18 years old, raped this legal immigrant in a bathroom. And the reason that this is such a prevalent story, and I bring this up today, folks, is because if you took a look at the hashtag this morning, under Rockville Rape. That was the hashtag. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and retweet the article for which I tweeted it about, because it went a little viral. And as a matter of fact, I had a lot of people tweeting at me that they couldn't believe that these people in the hashtag Rockville Rape were defending these immigrants. You actually had liberal lunatics defending these immigrants, for Christ's sake. You had one teacher, related to some education. I only saw the clip once, folks. It was retweeted, and I only saw it. She called this Rockville rape a fluke. It's only a fluke. That's all it was. It's an isolated incident. That's all it is. Go ahead and take a look at my Twitter account right now if you want to be linked up to the actual article in question so you can be enlightened about this particular case. Once again, folks, 2 illegal immigrants charged with raping a 14-year-old girl at school. This was at school too, folks. I want to remind you. I guess I forgot to tell you that as well. This was at a school. All right, where you go send your children out there, where you're supposed to get an education out there. No, you're sending your goddamn children into a freaking war zone, man. Into a war zone. Look, take a look. Thank you very much, Lord Vulcan. Here is the teacher here. Right here. Here it is. Let's go ahead and listen to this. I'm going to go ahead and retweet that. This should change your attitude right now if you're a bleeding heart liberal. And this is what I'm retweeting. If you think that you're so liberal and you think that you are Mr. or Miss We Are the World, virtue signaling social justice warrior, this is right here. Right here is what you represent. Right what I just retweeted. Right here. Some teacher calling a goddamn rape a fluke. Right? And yet you'll still have these feminists out here talking about date rape and university rape and dorm rape and all this other crap, and yet we've got a legal 14-year-old immigrant girl being raped by 2 illegal immigrants in an American high school, and now when it comes to her rape, it's just a fluke. It's just a fluke. It's an isolated incident. It's a one-shot deal, for Christ's sake. What a joke. What a joke. And you see, folks, this is why you people that are so for immigration, you should be ashamed of yourselves because you people have blood on your hands. You people are justifying this particular rape just to suit your narrative. This was a legal immigrant little girl that came to this country for a better life, and yet she's met up with, fellow immigrants who aren't legal, and they take advantage of her in a damn restroom, for Christ's sake, and you liberals are defending this? You liberals are defending this? I mean, how in the hell can you be a liberal at this point in time without admitting to yourself that you're for child molestation, that you're for child rape, that you're a pedophile at this point in time? I'm not even joking around, and I don't say that lightly. Believe me, every goddamn form of leftism, of Democrats, of liberalism, it all comes down to pro-pedophilia. It all comes down to pro-child rape, I'm not joking around, man! I mean, I can't believe that Hillary Clinton and John Podesta and these people that are implicated in this Pizzagate story can joke about it. Like, they joke about being a part of a Pizzagate conspiracy. Like, I would be freaking disturbed if people thought that I was in any kind of a goddamn conspiracy belonging to children abduction, children rape. I would do everything in my power to show everybody that it's a lie. That it was not true and that it was a smear. I wouldn't joke around about it. I wouldn't be like, oh, well, what goes around comments around. I mean, I wouldn't be joking about this particular scenario. Would you? Would you be joking around about being implicated in a conspiracy that involved child abduction, child molestation, pedophilia, and potentially child murder? I mean, would you kid around about that? Would you kid around about that publicly as if you're untouchable? That's what these Democrats are doing. Anyway, folks, listen to me. This is a very, very serious issue because now it puts into question this whole immigration policy that everybody's fighting against. All these lawyers that are going to these circuit court judges, this asshole idiot in Hawaii that struck down the latest travel ban by the Trump administration, and an hour prior to that, from what I understand, Obama and the judge were getting chummy. I mean, they're old. From what did Hannity say? They used to do blow together back in the day, for Christ's sake. The same judge. I'm telling you this right now. All you people that are in favor of this, if you're in favor of illegal immigration, if you're in favor of sanctuary cities, if you're in favor of breaking the law in immigration capacity, you people have blood on your hands at this point in time. You people are condoning this illegal activity. You understand? That's why I'm saying to you folks, man, I mean, this is not a joke. I mean, we have to protect our borders. I mean, Trump is not saying that he's not going to allow people from other countries who want to reside in this country, who want to live in this country, to do so. He wants to extreme vet everybody that comes into this country to make sure that they're not going to be waving a Mexican flag during a protest and burning an American one, that they're not going to be blowing themselves up, that they're not going to be shooting innocent people and saying, a la snack bar. All right? They're not going to be committing any kind of criminal activity. They're not going to be raping anybody. They don't have any goddamn anything, man. Extreme vetting. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with extreme vetting? I mean, you know, no vetting. This is what you get. Rockville, Maryland. 14-year-old legal immigrant raped in a bathroom by two illegal immigrants, 18 to 17 years old. 17, 18 years old. And yet liberals are defending these immigrants. Liberals are justifying this rape, you know. I mean, I just don't understand. You liberals, and look, I'm not justifying any rape, believe me, okay? I am not justifying any rape whatsoever. But I always hear about how colleges and women in colleges, it's so dangerous, dorm rape, college campus rape, date rape, all this rape. And here we have a national story in which a 14-year-old girl was raped by illegal immigrants in a high school bathroom, and yet somehow these same feminists that cry rape, 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 rape this, rape that, rape, 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 date rape, college rape, campus rape, they don't want to yell rape when it comes to this. Why? Because these people are disgusting political operatives that are utilizing issues to gain power. The people that are leading these political wedge issue organizations could care less about the actual issue. They care more about the power that's wielded when pimping this issue to people. You understand that? And when feminists are on the same side as illegal immigrants, and when feminists are on the same side as women who wear hijabs, well, then all of a sudden the group on their side gets bigger, and that's all the left cares about. They don't care about if it makes any kind of sense. They just care about more people on their side. Remember, these people on the left believe in mob rule. That's why you have all these idiots on the left talking about the popular vote this, the popular vote that, not understanding that the Electoral College was there to prevent such ridiculous mob rule. The whole Constitution and the way our system of institutional government was constructed was to protect the 49% from the 51%. That's what our system was intended to do. And you see, that's what these dumbasses don't understand. They're complete idiots. They don't care about whether it makes sense. They just care about wherever they're screaming that there's more people screaming in back of them than in front of them. Do you get that? That's all the leftist game is all about. Mob rule. They don't care. I mean, does it make any sense that a feminist that's supposedly showing her flapjack tits out and, you know, has a pussy, a vagina head on and all this other crap, marching in the same crowd as a woman with a hijab? It makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. Because the difference between that so-called feminist and the woman in the hijab The woman in the hijab is there because her husband told her to be there. You understand that? That's the difference, you dumbass feminist dykes, all right? Her husband told her to be there because if she was there on her own, she wouldn't be there with a hijab, you dumb stupid cunts. Excuse my French, all right? But if she was there without her hijab, then yeah, she's true feminist. She's not going to be tied down to a Jehudi. A Jehudi is not going to break her down and make her put a hijab on. That's not the case. If they're out there in hijabs, they're there because their husbands told them to be there. And you don't want to know why their husbands told them to be here? Because they have a goddamn hijab on. That's why. All right? So I'm telling all you women that are out there that are walking in favor of supposed feminist rights, and you're walking in the same crowd as a woman with a hijab, then what you dumb feminist skanks need to do is do what she does, okay? You need to go back home and get back in the kitchen where you belong, you stupid skank! If you're gonna walk with a stupid broad in a hijab, then shut your stupid mouth, get in the kitchen, and make a sandwich! Get in the kitchen and learn some goddamn appliances! Learn how to cook, for Christ's sake! I'm not joking around. If you stupid skankosaurus slutbags are going to be going out and protesting with women in hijabs, then shut your stupid faces. We don't care what you have to say. Get in the kitchen, or what? Do you want us to put a goddamn beekeeper suit on you? Is that it? Is that what this all comes down to? You want us to go ahead and throw a beekeeper suit on you and then say, yeah, you're still a woman, you're still proud to be a woman. Yeah, here's a beekeeper suit. All right, yeah, you know what? You're a second-class citizen, too. How do you like that? Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't use the same line as us men. You have your own woman line. Oh, yeah, that's right, woman. You don't get to drive out here. You're a second-class citizen. I'm serious. I mean, is this what you women want? Stupid, dumb skanks. You make me sick. All you modern women in today's America should be ashamed of yourselves. Look, I hate to say this over and over again, but I thought Occupy Wall Street was the epitome of American ignorance because believe me, I thought I was embarrassed for America when I saw Occupy Wall Street. I was sincerely embarrassed for America. Everybody they threw a microphone in front of was a complete and utter trash hole, disgusting vagabond idiot with no substance whatsoever. But let me tell you, this Million Women's March, let me tell you something right now. This takes the cake. This takes the cake right here. These women, give me a break. And as a matter of fact, thank you very much there, Rock Ape. Take a look at this right now, all right? Let's go ahead and segue into the next goddamn subject matter. Take a look at this picture. Now, this picture was taken as the terrorist act in London on Westminster Bridge, which, according to reports, the terrorist that took a vehicle, rammed it into unsuspecting people in Westminster Bridge, the intention was to run over members of Parliament in London Stan. And lest we forget, London Stan, the mayor is Wild Jehudi. And lest we forget, folks, that Sadiq Khan, the man who is the mayor of London Stan, not only has he been doing a lot of things that was against the interest of the country itself. For instance, he's promised to bring in as many Jehudis as he possibly can bring in. He has equated terrorist acts to that of, what did he say? Terrorist attacks are part and parcel of living in a big city. So, you know, it's part of living in the big city. Like, here it is right here. Here it is right here. It's just part of living in the big city. A couple of wild Jehudis are going to come run you over, and then after they get out of the car, start, stabbing people with meat cleavers and knives and crap. Don't worry about it. It's just part of living in the big city. That's all there is to it. Anyway, the reason that I'm tweeting these tweets here, the tweet that Rock Ape that I just retweeted, in which there's just a woman walking past the terror victim. I mean, see that woman in the hijab? You see that woman in a hijab right there? She's just walking right past terrorism like it's no big deal, talking on the phone. I wouldn't be surprised if she's saying, Allah snack bar to whoever the hell's on the phone over there. And you see, folks, this is what I'm talking about out here. How many more times do we need to be hit up as a country before we start realizing that fanatical, radical Islam is a problem with Western civilization? And to integrate anyone who feels that they are such devout radical Islamists that they have to wear hijabs, that they got to pray 5 times a day, and that we're forced to, oblige them. You see, this is what I don't understand, okay? In Western civilization, we believed in freedom of speech. We believed in freedom of religion. We believed in these adherents that created Western civilization. Now, what I don't understand is every time these leftists and these liberals and these atheists get together, what do? They try everything, they say everything in ridicule of Christianity. Now, I'm not a religious man, but that's fine. You want to make fun of Christianity, you want to sit here and desecrate Jesus and desecrate the Virgin Mary, desecrate baby Jesus, all that's fine. But once you start criticizing, not even desecrating, not even insulting, once you start criticizing Islam, all of a sudden it's a hate crime. All right, all of a sudden it's a hate crime, isn't it? Now, how is it and why is it that radical Islam has this pass in Western civilization that we have to conform to it as opposed to it having to conform to us? I mean, that's what everybody should have to do in Western civilization, is that everyone should have to conform to Western civilization. They have to accept different religions. They have to accept different practices. They have to accept different people. Why is it, can somebody explain to me, that Western civilization has to bow to radical Islam in every capacity? Why does not radical Islam, or anyone who is of the Islamic faith living in Western civilizations, why don't you oblige our civilization? And that means we don't pray 5 times a day, nor do we have to oblige your little prayer in any public arena, nor do we want to see it. All right? As much and as adamant and as vile as the atheists are against the Christians, every time there's a Christian prayer at a goddamn football game, you've got these atheists trying to take the damn school to court. Anytime there's prayer in a cafeteria prior to a meal, the damn teachers are telling them, no, you're going to get in trouble for that. No, but when radical Islamists can go out and do this Allah snack bar, pray to Mecca, getting on their knees 5 times a day, and wearing hijabs, and wearing the garb, we just got to oblige this? I mean, we just have to oblige this? We got to what? We have to rechange our society for these folks? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And it's time for Western civilization to understand that we are not going to reestablish a new way of life because a group of people, for whatever reason, don't want to assimilate into Western civilization. So as far as I'm concerned, folks, I mean, we have got to stop obliging Islam as far as us walking around kid gloves around it. All right? Now, I don't mean to single out all of Islam, but let's be honest, there is not enough secular voices. There's not enough voices within Islam that can provide a reformation on the basis of their religion to reinterpret it any other way. Right now, everyone that is in these refugee situations all over Western civilization, they're not obliging the country that's helping them. They're not obeying the laws of the country that's housing them and giving them welfare and all that. No, the countries that took them in, that gave them a new home, now have to work around their spirituality, their life. And all I'm saying is, folks, it's time for us to start realizing that if Islam does not want to be a part of Western civilization, then it needs to go back to where it came from. I'm sorry. And I hate to say this, because I have been very, very patient as it pertains to this issue. But at this point in time, we can no longer hide behind this charade that Islam is somehow a religion of peace. All right? And let me tell you, I'm not trying to say every Muslim is a terrorist or anything to that capacity, but it's a numbers game. There's over 1 billion Muslims in the world. 1 billion. Okay? If 10% of 1 billion is radicalized, just do the numbers on how much that is. I mean, this is the kind of numbers we're talking about here, folks, and we need to take into consideration that we can no longer sit here and deny that Islam, for whatever reason, has a preconceived inception in the brain that it sees itself supreme on the world amongst any other people. And this idea of Islam is really taking foot in the Islamic world today, and that's what is perpetuating all this terrorism. What's perpetuating all this terrorism is this idea of Islam taking over the world. Islam is not just a religion. Islam is also a political system. It's also an economic system. It's a moral system. It's a legal system. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, this is what Islam is. And if that's the case, and if they are going to oblige the Quran more than the rule of law of the country of origin, then they have no business in a secular nation. They have no business in a secular nation if they can't come in and realize that they're going to have to accept things that are against their goddamn religion. That's the foundation of Western civilization. You're just going to have to accept the way people are. You don't have the right. God doesn't give you the right to kill people, you son of a bitch. God doesn't give you the right to kill yourselves, to hurt other people. What kind of God do you worship if that's what you think? It's time for Islam to realize that if you're going to come to Western civilizations, if you're not going to oblige Western civilizations, then get the hell out. Get the hell out. Because I can't go into any Muslim country and conduct myself the way you folks are conducting yourselves in our country. I would be locked up, if not murdered, and would be justified under certain elements of Islamic law. So you can't have it both ways, Islam. You can't come to another person's country and think that you can come and restructure the damn Western civilization behind this Islamic fundamentalist idea, while at the same time, what you're doing in our country, that's why you're in our country, because you're too afraid to do it in your country, you fucking stupid sacks of scared crap. Excuse my French, but that's why you're in our countries. You're in our country because you're afraid to do it in your country. You're afraid to stand up and fight against your oppressors in your country. So what do? You come to Western civilization where you know that people aren't used to seeing beheadings and violence and all the carnage and despair and death that you're used to. Don't blame us for the death. Blame your leadership that you people, for whatever reason, For whatever reason, you can go and do suicide bombings to people on the West, and yet it never occurs to you to go and suicide bomb your goddamn country of origin to overthrow whatever oppressive government that you feel America has put there. I'm serious, man. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it, and I'm sick of it, and it's about time that people realize that if you're going to sit here and try to make any kind of justification for any of these terrorist acts, and that you're going to justify American civilization and other Western countries having to, what, rework Western civilization around Islam, around the hijab, around prayer, around all that? No! We're not going to do that. So that's my piece on this. I mean, how long are we going to just sit here and continue to deny the obvious, that for whatever reason, this refugee situation, which was founded in liberal ideas, remember, Europe opened their arms to these Yehudis and felt sorry for them and said, oh, look, you poor things, you guys, you're in war-torn areas, we feel sorry for you, come on down. And look at how the Yehudis have repaid Western civilization by trying to turn Western civilization into a fundamentalist Islamic hellhole. So just based on that observation alone, one needs to re-establish a new view on mainstream fundamentalist Islam on a worldwide scale. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. Once again, folks, terrorism hits London on Westminster Bridge. I think we've got 40 people injured. I think we got, 4 people dead now? Jeez. I mean, how much more do we have to put up with, man? How much more are we going to have to put up with before the people of the world, the people of Western civilization, raise up and hold the people that allowed these refugees to come into our countries accountable? I mean, when are we going to raise up? When are we going to do this? I mean, I'm glad that Donald Trump is our president, because he's the only one in the world right now, outside of Marine Le Pen and Nigel Farage, that understand that this immigration, refugee, migrant crisis is nothing more than a ploy by Islam to invade the West. And if you don't think that by now, well, then just take a look at Europe, for heaven's sake. All right, take a look at Europe. Take a look at Germany, France, Sweden. Take a look at all that over there. And take a look at what's going on over here, folks. Take a look at what's going on over here. Anyway, folks, let me move on, all right? We're running out of time here. Did you all hear that North Korea fires more missiles towards Japan? And guess what? Major fail! I mean, I don't know what Kim Jong-un is thinking. I don't know if this guy, he himself may be drunk. He may be high on cheese. The fat may be getting into his head. I don't know what's going on with Kim Jong-un, but I thought that by Tillerson offering that olive branch, that Kim Jong-un was going to accept it, and he did not. And now, the more and more Kim Jong-un tests these missiles, the more ridiculous he looks. All right? I mean, the more ridiculous he looks like a freaking moron. He looks like he's going into his firecracker factory and, basically putting everything that he's got in one bottle rocket and hoping that it can, kind of give some display so that they can put it on camera to show on state-run television, okay? I mean, he's already done a few missile tests, which all have been failures, okay? Kim Jong-un, your ballistic missile capabilities are a joke, all right? I mean, you've got people in Gaza right now that can make rockets out of bottles and like toilet paper or some crap that have more accuracy than your ballistic missile capability. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Kim Jong-un, And if you knew what was good for yourself, before you end up being assassinated, because I'm calling it now, if you want my view, I think that he is going to be assassinated from within. I think that somebody close to him is going to kill him. They're going to claim that it was a heart attack. They're going to claim, because he's a fat bastard, so it's very easy to just kind of inject something into this fat ass. He goes into a cardiac fit, he's dead, and as a result, I don't know who's going to be the leader, and that's really the only thing keeping Kim Jong-un in power, is that no one knows who's going to be post-leader after Kim Jong-un, all right? No one knows. No one knows. I mean, I don't believe now, since I've done some research and talked to a few people on the inside, I do not believe that Kim Jong-un was behind the murder of his brother. I believe that this was a deep state hit. Now, I don't know if it was CIA. I'm not sure if it was South Korea. Not sure if it was Japan. But it was definitely a signal to Kim Jong-un to basically, you're next. We got you. We're going to get your brother. We're going to get you. And I think that's why Kim Jong-un is going ballistic at this point in time, literally by throwing, bottle rockets disguised as ballistic missiles and failing. So, in my view, I think that Kim Jong-un better rethink what he's doing, and if he knows what's good for himself, he'll take the olive branch that has been given by Tillerson before. And let's be honest with you, folks. Let's just play devil's advocate here. Let's just say Trump decides, you know what? I'm tired of this stupid, fat, cheese-eating piece of idiot crap. Let's blindfold this asshole with dental floss. Let's go ahead and invade North Korea. And let's say we invade North Korea and it's all of a sudden war. It's wartime. Well, then that's when Trump has capabilities under wartime powers that he would not normally have during regular peacetime. And as a result, this will give Trump leverage to be able to round up everyone who has dissented and who is potentially a now interpreted risk to national security, be able to round these people up and put them into a nice, safe place somewhere, because that's what happens in war. And let's be honest, North Korea will spank their asses. Are you kidding me? I mean, what do they've got? They've got nothing more than an army of idiots. And, I'm going to be honest. I think that all you'd have to do is drop leaflets in North Korea stating that if you put your guns down, you'll get to meet Dennis Rodman. I swear to God, I think that they'll do it. That's how stupid Kim Jong-un has got the population. I'm not joking around. I think the same thing can be done to China. I think that if you drop leaflets that, hey, look, you drop your guns, you'll meet Kobe Bryant or something. I mean, they're that childlike and entertainment fetished that I genuinely believe that that is a genuine wartime, warlike strategy against these two adversaries. Because that's how they treat their population. They anesthetize their population with entertainment, and as a result, they're star fuckers. Excuse my French, for a lack of a better term. I'm not even joking around. So once again, I'm just playing devil's advocate. If, for whatever reason, we go to war with North Korea, it'll give Donald Trump leverage to rule with a little bit more iron fist as it pertains to those within the political class, those within the deep state, and those within the media, and those that are trying to destabilize his government. I think that you people need to realize that if for whatever reason that this goes into a warlike situation, you idiots ain't going to be, able to call for Donald Trump's assassination anymore. You're not going to be able to sit here and call for the civil unrest of America anymore without being rounded up and thrown into a goddamn camp where you belong, for Christ's sake, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, folks, I'm just putting it out there, folks. I'm just putting it out there. Anyway, last but not least, folks, I want to talk a little bit about during Comey's testimony in front of the House Intelligence Committee. that Comey talked about there's an investigation going on so-called, quote, far-right websites. Did you hear this? FBI coming out and saying that far right-wing websites are under investigation. Why? Because we're the ones exposing your lies, James Comey? Huh? We're the ones exposing the political theater that you and the House Intelligence Committee conducted in front of the American people, and were called out with your outright lies, and you had to admit it today? Is that why you're investigating, quote, far-right websites? Because we are contradicting your lies? We're contradicting your hypocrisy? Yeah, folks, for you folks that don't know, I mean, he named names on this testimony. He said InfoWars Alex Jones. He said Breitbart. I wouldn't be surprised, folks, if a variety, a plethora of different agencies are investigating this broadcast and anybody affiliated with this broadcast. I'm going to be completely honest with you, folks. We are in dangerous times right now. And the reason is because, as I stated in the article that I wrote on Ghost.report this morning, that the state, and I'm talking about the concert of the mainstream media, the political class, and the deep state are working in concert against the will of the American people. And by that very definition, they are an enemy of the American people. And that's why I'm saying right now we are fighting a war here. And if we don't win this war, folks, the idea of for the people government is going to be a memory in the halls of antiquity. And we will forever be ruled by psychopaths that have more loyalty to a bureaucratic Frankenstein system than to the progress of humanity itself. And that, my friends, is a very, very dark future that I don't think anyone wants for themselves or wants for their posterity. So that's why I continue to tell everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, we have to continue to disseminate the information. Believe it or not, just by listening to this broadcast on a consistent basis puts you on the radar. Folks, I said this the day before yesterday. We are having people who listen to this broadcast and that call in. A lot of people like to call in and listen on the phone, and listen to the broadcast. They are now being targeted by their carriers and threatened with FCC lawsuits for fraud for listening to this broadcast on the telephone. I kid you not, folks. I have people that listen to this broadcast that have been told by AT&T specifically that if they call this number, they said if you continue to call that number, is what they tell the customers and the listeners of this broadcast, if you keep calling that number, we're going to not only disconnect your line and completely deny you service, but we're going to charge you with fraud under an FCC regulation in which they claim that the people that are listening to my broadcast on the phone are causing, what did they say? Data traffic, unwanted data traffic, purposeful data traffic, or something of that capacity. So yeah, and look, people are telling me, yeah, that happened to me too, Ghost. I can't believe that you're saying this. I'm telling you, we are being targeted as well, folks. Okay, and why? Because I'm telling the truth. The truth. And when the truth becomes patriotic, that's when you know that we're in almost a totalitarian state. Huh? When the truth becomes patriotic, that's when you know that we are in a totalitarian state. Anyway, folks, once again, folks, FBI investigating far-right websites, investigating Alex Jones, investigating Breitbart. Wouldn't be surprised they're investigating yours truly. I'm telling you, it's us against them. Donald Trump is our last line in the sand for us, the people, to take control of the government. Because as I stated, liberty is taken, not given. These bureaucrats that have taken our liberty are not going to just give it to us. We have to take it from them. We've got to take it and grasp it in our hands and never let it go. A government that fears its people is a government made for the people. A people who fears its government is tyranny. Always remember that. This government should be afraid of us, not us afraid of them. And let me tell you, just by the actions the deep state, the lamestream media, and the political class are taking against us proves that they're scared of us. And you want to know why they're scared of us, folks? Because we actually have influence on Mr. and Mrs. Joe Sixpack. And what have I always told you about the grand chessboard of political science? That's what it's all about. It's about convincing the masses into accepting whatever political policy necessary and continuing on with their lives. That's all it's about. Accepting whatever policy being put forth by the state without any kind of dissent or opposition. And if there is any kind of dissent or opposition, it's so insignificant, it's drowned out by those that are for the policy. So anyway, with that being said, folks, all right, that's about all I've got to say today, folks. I mean, there's just so much there's so much going on in today's world. That's why we have to be politically conscious. We have to know what we're talking about. I mean, in this day and age of the internet, you should be able to gather your news and information on your own. If you don't, and you rely on the lamestream, mainstream media, talking heads, you are intellectually lazy, folks, and that's all there is to it. Now, before I move on to anything else, I would like to reiterate, please, if anything that I retweet, or excuse me, anything I tweet, please retweet it, okay? Because that is what's going to spread the message. That's what's going to disseminate the news and information to the proper eyes. It's got to be in the faces of everybody, folks, and we need your help. All right, if I tweet out something, please retweet it. It's just a freaking click, for Christ's sake, man! We've got to do it, folks. If we don't do it, then we're done. If we don't do it, then we might as well accept totalitarianism. If we don't do it, we might as well say that everything that we did in 2016 and now is for naught. Anyway, folks, that is over with the damn broadcast. As a matter of fact, people are asking if something seriously happened to Raiden Snake. I can confirm that Raiden Snake is in the Inner Circle chat room. He is okay. We thought that maybe something may have happened to him because he likes to patronize London Stan, and we were hoping that he wasn't there during the unfortunate terrorist act that happened at Westminster Bridge. But luckily, he is with us. He's okay. So with that being said, folks, we've got about 10 minutes left in the broadcast. And look, I'm going to get to some Radio Graffiti calls here in just a second, folks. I do want to remind everybody that we do have a few more Inner Circle slots available. Just to let y'all know, they were put up, 2 days ago, and they're already starting to sell. I didn't announce it. So, once again, we have a lot of people who have just relinquished their Inner Circle slots because they're afraid, because there's a lot of things related to the deep state and this broadcast, a lot of the things that I'm conducting. A lot of people got freaked out when the official symbol of the capitalist right was actually posted on a billboard on the same day, the next hour, in Arizona. I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, some people are in other countries, in European countries, and they're a little afraid that, they could be potentially targeted by their state. A lot of reasons, folks. So we had about a dozen slots available. And anybody who wants to come along to the inner circle, just go right ahead. Please, we don't want any more imbeciles that are under the age of 21, okay? And I hate to subjugate anybody who's under the age of 21, but everybody who's been put on the short bus is under the age of 21, all right? I hate to say it. And look, some of the guys on the short bus, they've been actually... they've been DMing me. They've been actually acting like some good guys out here. So we may even bring back some of the people on the short bus. Maybe. Anyway, with that being said, folks, if you want an inner circle slot, go to ghost.market. All right, type that in your browser, ghost.market. All right, ghost.market. Type it in your browser. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to everybody's favorite part of the broadcast, and I'm talking about Radio Graffiti! Radio Graffiti, the part of the broadcast where the spectators become a part of the spectacle. All you've got to do right now is give me a call at 516-453-9903. And when I call on your area code, you've got exactly 3 to 4 seconds to say whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we call this Radio Graffiti. And I'd like to remind everybody, the reason that Radio Graffiti isn't, 30, 40 minutes long anymore at the end of the True Capitalist radio broadcast is because we have the Saturday Night Troll Show dedicated to trolls, dedicated to tech, computers, gaming. It's a great, great show. Huge ratings just for that show in general. It's on every Saturday. 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time is the Saturday Night Troll Show. Once again, 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday is the Saturday Night Troll Show, folks. All right, and I hope that all of you trolls out there actually attend the Saturday Night Troll Show, folks, because we have an hour full of Radio Graffiti. And, these guys on the Saturday Night Troll Show actually want to make it 3 hours. So we shall see what happens on Saturday. Anyway, with that being said, hey, engineer, do we have any goddamn Radio Graffiti calls? All right, well, let's go ahead and get to some Radio Graffiti right now. All right, who do we got here? How about anonymous Radio Graffiti?
Oh, like testing games, like see if they run. It can do.
Die for the name of Allah. Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar.
Raiden got stabbed in London.
And what are you laughing at, you little Christian pig?
Uh-oh.
Who is Al-Ghaffar? Who is Ar-Rahman? Who is Al-Mannan? La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah.
Goddamn African booty scratcher bastard! You son of a bitch! Look! You leave Raiden Snake alone! You understand me? You son of a... Is he still on the line? This son of a bitch, get off the line! Get the hell off! You son of a bitch, leave Raiden Snake alone! You leave Raiden Snake alone! Jesus Christ, give me the mic! Give me the mic! God damn it, you son of a bitch! Leave Raiden Snake alone, you goddamn African pony scratcher! Jesus Christ, anonymous Radio Graffiti!
Need a dispenser, need a dispenser, need a dispenser, need a dispenser, need a dispenser.
No! Goddamn African booty scratcher, how many freaking numbers do you have out there in Africa? How many goddamn numbers do you have in Africa, for Christ's sake? Good God! You know what? Give me the mic. I bet you're one of these sons of bitches out there in Nigeria, catfishing some of these old bags out here, aren't you? Huh? I bet you. I'm sure that's where you get all the goddamn lines, don't you, boy? Jesus Christ! Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Need a dispenser. Need a dispenser. Need a dispenser. Need a dispenser. Need a dispenser.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Son of a bitch! Anonymous Radio Graffiti.
Need a dispenser. Need a dispenser. Need a dispenser.
You know what? You son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! I hate that goddamn African booty scratcher piece of crap, man! I freaking hate that guy! Good God, give me the mic! Give me the mic! Jesus Christ, man! Anonymous Radio Graffiti. Crazy Radio Graffiti.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it, makes me laugh.
You know what? Get that crap. What the hell was that? What? You damn trolls, you freaking musical blasphemy. I mean, good damn it. Jesus Christ, man. How many remixes are there out there, man? Seriously, how many remixes are there? Freaking musical blasphemy bastards. Give me the mic! Musical blasphemy, I say! Musical blasphemy! Anonymous Radio Graffiti!
Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh, my.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here you sick-ass, twisted idiots go with your poop fetish, man. Oh, good God, man, I'm so sick. Anonymous Radio Graffiti. J-Man Capitalist Radio Graffiti. YouTube. Everybody's doing the YouTube. Boogie, boogie. Boogie, boogie. Everybody's doing the YouTube. Boogie, boogie. Boogie, boogie. YouTube. Everybody's doing the YouTube. I mean, look, I accidentally said that one time. One time I accidentally said YouTube, and you idiots will never let me live it down. Screw you, asshole. Anonymous Radio Goddamn Graffiti. Equal Radio Fucking Graffiti.
The following recording is from my corpse, Snake Raiden.
I'm recording this so you can see how London stands singing over top of the words. If I die, I just want to say for the MI6, I'm sorry for putting semen in my customers' food in my restaurant. I'm sorry for trying to run over and go to the retard bus. But most importantly, I want to say to Ghost, I'll miss you. I'm so sick. No, please, don't kill me.
Wallah Akbar. Wallah Akbar.
No. Stop.
Like a high, and David Brock's.
I am dying. I am fucking dying.
Are you joking? Leave Raiden Snake! No, Leave Raiden Snake alone, you son of a bitch! Oh my God! You know, I'm done with this crap. I'm done with this crap. I'm so done with this crap. Follow me on Twitter. I'm getting the hell out of here. Politics goes. All one word to answer. Politics goes to the limit hole. Give it a beat tomorrow, you son of a bitch.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And that's it. That's your show, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in. Of course, I just want to say thank you guys for coming out. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at The Brain Network or Ghost's account, Politics Ghost, as well as my Gab account, BN_King, or Ghost's account, or as well as the same thing as his Twitter, Politics Ghost. All one word, no underscores for his. I already gave some shout outs for everybody. I'll pretty much give another full, maybe whenever he does another break, or this Friday coming. I just want to say shout outs to everybody who are coming out. I'm going to have to start my next stream over at the BN Theater. You guys, over the BN YouTube stream, just head over to the BN Theater if you want some, relaxing time, some extended live stream, or keep on chatting, of course. Because I will be continuing to do some streams over there. Just go over there now. Links in the descriptions for those that don't know where it is. Just click on it. It's iTunes. Easy as that. So that's it. Oh, one last thing. If you're new to the stream, make sure to subscribe as I do these other shows every day, Monday to Friday, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, as well as the Saturday Night Tro Show that plays every Saturday. That starts 5:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific. And of course, you get notified when the next TCR show happens, and we'll be pretty much seeing you there. So, guys, thanks again once again. I'm going to go offline right now. Head over to the BN Theater if you want to see more of the stream, or pretty much chillax in the chat room, and I'll see you guys there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow or on the next TCR broadcast. Good day, everybody, and see you then. Later.